according to the American Bar Association, at a specific time, it'll make just as much sense, and then call up Coca-Cola and have them remove my membership. And then while you're at it, why don't you contact DS4 Live and get them to remove my account at the same time? Contact YouTube, contact Squatters, contact Parlay, contact BitChute. I want you to contact everything that I am on and tell them that you are reporting me to the police because, in my opinion, you are a pedophile when you are sharing porn with children. You fucking pedophile!
Welcome everybody to Con Order, a very special episode of Con Order. You know, it's kind of like those family like fucking Seventh Heaven. You know, they have a very special episode when they talk about you know, drugs and why they're bad, right? You know, like fucking the devil's lettuce and shit. Anyways, I hope you guys are all having a good time. We have a few things to talk about. Obviously, what's happening with the channel right now. Somebody is going through and flagging videos related to Ohmwrecker. Sen is going through this problem as well, where his videos keep getting age restricted. In relation to Ohmwrecker, one of my videos was age restricted, but minutes before that age restriction came in, I also got hit with a complaint of cyberbullying and harassment. And let me just go to my account really quick so I can show it to you guys. Yada yada yada, yada yada yada. There we go. I was tweeting a few things today. And I'll just show you the emails first. We'll jump into talking about more of this later on, because there's a few things that we're going to be going on. Yeah, what a coincidence, right, son? Yeah, son, jump on when you can, because I saw your video today, and I'm going to flag this stream. I just know it. Yeah, I gotta go through all the topics, but just so you guys can see the email. I had this. It came in at 12:09 today. I got hit with harassment and cyberbullying, right? And this video, Ohmwrecker accuses H2O Delirious of trying to kidnap children. Ohmwrecker did do that. He accused Delirious of threatening to kidnap someone's kids, right? Or child, I think, one person. And that's what happened at the time. He did this interview with this girl named Sarah, and he was making these claims. He was absolutely making these claims. So this guy over cyberbullying harassment, I'm like, whoa, no, hold on. That was legitimately me talking about Ohmwrecker accusing Delirious of threatening to kidnap someone's kids. Now, the other one got age restricted. Ohmwrecker and Amy, conspirators against H2O Delirious. So again, it's all related to Ohmwrecker. Ohmwrecker and H2O Delirious. Now we'll send Can't. He's eating pizza rolls. Yeah, he probably is. But you can see right over here, you know, this one gets age restricted 12:17 p.m. Right? So this came in like 8 minutes later. And I'm going, yeah, it seems like they flagged two videos at the same time. They probably flagged more, so I don't know if I'm going to get more things sent to my email. I'm just on the lookout at this point. But I'm pretty fucking pissed, right? Like, I'm really pissed. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Ohmwrecker absolutely accused H2O Delirious of threatening to kidnap someone's children, right? Like, he did. He did. He had the girl on. She did an interview. And then the girl, like, I mean, this happened months ago. And then, like, just recently, that girl comes out and uploads a video and accuses him of doing the exact same thing. And Ohmwrecker is sharing her video with people. So I'm like, I mean, you clearly did this. You clearly did this. How the fuck is that cyberbullying and harassment for me to tell people what you did? And you did this. And you did this. You know, actually, I could understand if I don't know. I was some Weasley little shithead, and I was going around to all of these different companies and different businesses that were like working on sponsorship deals with Ohmwrecker, and I was like contacting them and like sharing that pedo allegation that came out against him, which again, I was one of the first people to call it bullshit. But it's not like I was doing that, going behind the scenes and sharing highly suspicious claims of like pedophilia and grooming with companies that wanted to do sponsorship deals with Ohmwrecker. Like if I was doing that, right, I could actually understand Ohmwrecker's hatred of me and hatred of Sen and hatred of everybody associated with the channel. I absolutely could, right? And I think Ohmwrecker should acknowledge that maybe there's a reason why people are upset with him, right? And it might be related to what I just said. I don't know. I can't really say anything more than that. But also, you know, if I'm reporting on something that you've done and you clearly did it, right? Like, how could that be seen as harassment, threats, and cyberbullying, right? Like, again, I'm not being this Weasley little piece of shit, Ohmwrecker. You know, I'm not doing this to you where I'm going behind your back and contacting fucking sponsors and trying to get them to drop people from deals, right? By spreading highly suspicious allegations with little to no supporting evidence, right? I'm not doing any of that to Ohmwrecker. Ohmwrecker might be doing it to other people, though. But I'm not doing any of that to Ohmwrecker. I can understand if he was pissed with me for doing that. But now I'm like literally just talking about something that he did. And then I get 2 videos reported, right? I'm like, did they report more videos than just this? Like, I'm really wondering. I am really wondering. So we'll talk more about the Ohmwrecker stuff. And I again, I don't know who did this. Okay, I want to be as clear as I can there. This is not like a privacy complaint where it tells you the name of the person doing like a copyright strike or a privacy complaint against you. It doesn't tell you any of that, right? This is a complaint of cyberbullying and harassment. It's not going to tell me who did the fucking flag on my channel. Okay, I will speculate because their videos related to a specific topic. Okay, I will speculate, and this individual has made threats against this channel, which I didn't really talk about too much. But yes, Ohmwrecker has made in private direct threats to take out our channel, right? And I'll go into it a little bit more. Yeah, it's not something I really talk about.
Yeah.
It's not something I really talk about, okay? But it's one of those things that he does behind the scenes that he's too Weasley and too much of a little shitlord to actually let people know that he's doing. Right? Oh, he made threats? Yes, he has absolutely made threats. And we'll go into the threats.
Yep.
Right? And they're bullshit, and I'm not going to fucking listen to them, but we'll talk about it. We'll absolutely talk about it. What's one of our other topics for the evening? The drama that's been going on between Technicals and
that was interesting.
What do they call themselves now? The Goon Squad or the Commentary?
I don't think they call it. Chris Hansen called them the Goon Squad.
Okay, but like, what do they like?
But I don't know what they call themselves.
Okay, who's their ringleader? Is it Diorio or Augie? One of those two. One of them's the figurehead.
I'd say Diorio.
You think Diorio?
I'd say Diorio first, and then Augie second.
Okay, all right. Because if it's Diorio, then they got to be Diorio and the Tubbly Wubblies.
Oh,
and if
God.
it's Augie, it's Augie and the Incels.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
those are. I mean, you can't go with any other name. It's got to be one or the other.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
Look. I'm not being a dick to them, but let's be honest. Everybody makes fun of Diorio for being fat, and everybody makes fun of Augie because he hates women. So So, yeah, no, they've been like battling with technicals over the stuff. And, I went back through it and I was talking with John about it. And, before we started up, I was playing the intro. I actually read through the messages just again to refresh my memory.
Yeah.
Bro, they are creepy. These messages with Zero and this girl.
Yeah, no,
14,
that's why. I mean, my stance on it is like I kind of don't like how Technicals is like he's not like standing up for Zero and defending him,
he's saying that it's inappropriate, but he should be allowed to like come back, do videos.
He's a bit dismissive of it.
Well, I'm oh god, you guys booked him for. There we go. Okay, so T3, you guys have him for an interview on Friday.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay, well, check out the T3 podcast. It's hosted by Aura, Sen, and Steve DeLive. Okay, check it out. They're going to have technicals on Friday. Now, look, I want to be very clear here, right? When I looked at it, my first reaction, because and it's hard for me to like get rid of this type of reaction when we talk about stuff involving kids, is fuck this guy, 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 fuck this guy. And I still kind of feel this way about Zero. I really do. What I will say is this, though. Those messages, I don't see, or maybe there was a different message, because I thought that this was, but, this is from a while back. And I'll be clear, when he dropped his video, I didn't go back through and re-examine the stuff about Zero from back then, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find like the most fair way of putting it. In those messages, they are very creepy. He's going like messages like, "Oh, you're so kawaii des," blah, 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 woo shit, like that kind of stuff, right? It's really fucking creepy. But there's no messages where he's like saying, "Show me your tits," right? There's none of that. So I'm like, it looks like this guy went right up to the fucking line, right? It looks like he went right up to the line based on those messages, but there are no messages of him actually going over it, right? What you do have is Zero's confession, but I mean, to be fair, it's a confession made under duress, like emotional stress, right? The guy was this is something he said,
and it's
just before the
will always
seppuku
bite him in the
attempt.
ass too, because
Well, yeah, true, but like if you're about to say "fuck it, I'm gonna die," like you probably say a bunch of shit because you're like, "Fuck it, I'm on my way out anyways. Fuck all of you." I'm just saying that's why when you put someone through like incredible emotional stress, it's really hard for you then to take a statement that they have made, right, and go like, "Oh, look, this is clear." It will always be used against him, but I can understand what Zero is saying, and I can understand what Technicals is saying there. To me, I'm still like, I think people need to keep their eyes on the guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because like all that stuff's out there about him. All that stuff is out there about him. People know, okay? If he's doing this stuff, like people are going to be watching the guy, right? He's got a whole community of people that fucking hate him. They'll watch everything that he fucking does. I'm kind of like looking at it and going, if you can't prove it, okay? If you literally cannot prove it, right? At the best, all you can do is show me that this guy was being pretty creepy, but that he never actually went and crossed that line. And you don't, and this was years ago, and there's nothing else, right? I don't think it is right to like bar him from, being on YouTube. Like, and obviously I'm not saying
I won't like rejoice his return or anything, because that's kind of the vibe I was getting from Technical's video with like the hashtag welcome back Zero and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna do stuff like that. I'm just gonna be indifferent while I keep an eye on him because I don't fucking trust him.
Well, and I think that's probably the right approach to have. It's okay to like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't like diminish any of the stuff that Technical shows in his video about the lies that were said about Zero, right? It doesn't diminish any of that. But my thing is, watch the guy. It's just, you really, everything I've seen, you haven't been able to actually prove this guy did it. You do have the confession. I do understand, but like, come on, like, I'm trying to
as easy as it is to try and jump to a conclusion, because like, you know, he does look creepy, there is somewhat of like a reason to believe he is that way. You can't jump to the conclusion that he's like, because I've seen people say he's like a predator, but it's like, we only have a documented incident where it's once.
Okay. Well,
like unless there's like another time he was creepy towards somebody.
Well, here's the problem with that one incident too. Even though a lot was said, what's actually proven in that incident, what's proven in those messages, is that he was being pretty creepy with a 14-year-old, right?
Yeah, and that's inexcusable.
It is. But he never, in those messages, crosses a line where I would say I want to see his head on a fucking pike, right? Like, he never crosses that line. He does not do it in those messages. I understand he confessed and said it's all true, but also the guy was like...
I'm hearing that there are messages that he asked for...
I've heard that, but like, I went back through the stuff that, you know, that we had at the time, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have any of those messages. So like, what I was told was the person who dropped those messages stated that was said to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
That this is something that occurred, and that when he is like about to off himself, he says it's all true, and then proceeds to, you know, practice seppuku, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't really trust somebody that they're being truthful and honest when they're in an emotional state where they're like, you know, it'd be really great if tomorrow I just didn't wake the fuck up, right? But like, not being like sarcastic or shit, but like being like totally serious, you know? Like, I don't think I can trust that guy is in a clear state of mind when he is telling me things. It's kind of like, put it like this, right? Let's say I took Zero, right? And I just injected him with a fuck ton of heroin, right? I mean, like a lot, like a lot. And this guy is just tripping balls. Like, just having the time of his fucking life, right? And he tells me something. Well, he's all fucked up on heroin, right? When I then say, well, guys, he clearly said it, or when I go, he's drugged out of his fucking mind. I don't think, like, I can't trust him in the state that he is in right now. Okay? To me, if your head is so fucked up that you would literally rather die than get back up in the morning, it's hard for me to go ahead and put the put your statements as if they're like, as if they should be taken seriously. I was really thinking about it, right? And it took me a while on that. I'm still uncomfortable with it. I really am. And John and I were talking about it.
I'm not cool with it either.
Yeah, John and I were talking about it before you hopped on. Yeah, actually, that's why the stream started a little bit late, because we're on the phone. And we were actually disagreeing about it.
Really?
Well, because I was like, no, I saw those messages. They were sexual. Just like, they're really not. And so I go back and I look at them and go like, oh, yeah, no, they're not. I was like, because, I mean, everybody talks, and it's like sometimes you just remember things wrong, right? Like, it's just, you're so certain, but like when you go back, you're like, oh shit, wait, it actually wasn't that. It really wasn't. So I don't know. Like, I don't think technicals is wrong here. I think that, how do I say it? I think maybe technicals downplayed. What was that you were saying, Rescue? Like downplayed, kind of?
Yeah. Oh, God damn, I wish I remembered the word. It was like downplay or just like kind of overlooked.
Yeah, it's something like I think what it wasn't so much the incident. I think what he was downplaying was people's reaction to that. right? Like, it's something where you got to handle with a lot of, like, you have to be careful when you're handling stuff like that. Because, like, dude, even I had that, and I like technicals. I do. I like his videos. I really like the guy, right? In terms of the content he does, I don't know. He could be, the dude could literally fucking kick puppies on Sundays. I have no fucking clue. But in terms of his content, I think he's a responsible content creator. I think he's pretty funny, right? And he seems like a likable person from what he puts out there. But even when I saw that, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I just don't agree with his approach, but I don't think that he was full on like, guys, he's in the clear. He's in the clear.
No, he was more like, you know, come back, do videos. Like, here's the thing though, that seems to be the right thing to do, right? And again, I don't like, it's not like if this guy does something later, Technicals is just going to go like, well, forgive him, like, let it go, guys. And I think Technicals would be like the first one calling this motherfucker out, right? I really do. I really, really do. What's this?
And
aren't you a cat person, Crow? I have 2 cats and a dog. And he's a very big dog, and he thinks he is the size of a little puppy.
Oh no.
Well, actually, I should be clear. He thinks he's the size of my cats, and he's about 10 times their size.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
gonna be a problem.
Okay, so we have this little fence between where like the kitchen is and everything in the living room, and where you go to like go upstairs and all. There's this little doorway for the cats to go through, right? And like they'll sometimes come out when he's out, and you know he'll jump around them and sniff them and shit, and eventually they'll run away because you know he's way too big. But sometimes when they run away, this motherfucker will go running right after them and put his entire head through this tiny little fucking section that's really small and only meant for cats, and he'll like get his head stuck in it.
Oh my god!
Because he thinks he's that small.
Jesus. God.
So I'm a bit of a cat and dog person. Let me just get this super chat, and then we have a new channel member too. Aiden, thank you so much for the super chat. Yo, Crow, been a while since I've joined. Decided to send my first super chat now. There's some suspicious patterns. Can't be a coincidence. It's all own vids. Well, I want to talk about it because that's why I'm trying to be as careful as I can. I don't want to make a direct accusation against any specific individual, but like I will speculate, right? Like, and unfortunately with this one, the only way I can prove it is if I literally had people's fucking flag histories, and even then, there's ways of getting around that too. Mm-hmm. So, like, literally, like this one, I can't prove, but like I'm just gonna be honest, right? I've got a guy who has used his contacts with social media companies in the past to go after people, right? I have a guy who's made threats behind the scenes against this channel and against Sen's channel. And then my channel and Sen's channels are both getting videos flagged. Sen's being age restricted. I'm getting a video that they're trying to get removed and age restricted. And it's only on content related to Ohmwrecker. Yeah, I'm going to speculate that it's Ohmwrecker's community, and that Ohmwrecker more than likely, again, my speculation, has either direct knowledge of what's going on or is directly involved. And I'll talk more about why I think that's the case. But again, and I want to be as clear as I can for literally everybody watching, right? It is just my speculation because unfortunately, this is not like a privacy complaint or a copyright strike where it will tell me the name of the jackass that's doing this. But again, Ohm likes to speculate, and so do I. Dan Erickson, thank you for becoming a YouTube member.
Yay!
Yay! Woohoo! Sorry, we don't really have better celebration than that.
Yeah,
but we really do appreciate. Yeah, we do appreciate it though. And then, gosh, what else? Waukesha. So,
yeah.
Look, I did a video about this, and I was like, I'm not going to jump the gun on it. There's too many conflicting stories when it happened with the video that was out there at the time, and look, I did not want to fall into the trap that people did with fucking Rittenhouse when they're like saying objectively stupid and wrong shit based on a report or based on a video clip that, you know, like I wanted to wait, right? And when they pointed out that this guy's like a BLM supporter, and you know, you got people on the left freaking out and going like, "That's irrelevant." It's like, no, first off, it's totally relevant. It is. But I'm not going to sit there and go like, this guy specifically did it because of Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah.
You know, because there just is not enough evidence to support that. All you have is a guy who ran into people, right, and supports Black Lives Matter, right? Okay. Yeah. And at the time, you have a report from somewhere that the suspect was on the run from cops, right? So it's like the motivation could have easily been, hey, he's running from the police, okay? And he figured if I dash through this parade, I can get away from the cops, right? Or the cops are about to get me. I did something really fucked up. I'm going to take out as many people as I can on the way out, right? Because, again, it could be motivations like that, not specifically Black Lives Matter and shit like that.
Yeah.
It could be. And then we jump into where we are now, right? Where this motherfucker apparently pulled up to the parade at a very low speed, right? But was still driving in the direction of the parade. A cop saw him driving towards the direction of the parade, walked up to his car and told him to stop driving because the road was closed, right? And then,
reasonable.
And then he kept slowly rolling up, and the cop is banging on his hood, telling him, stop. And then the dude punches the gas and goes straight into the parade, right? So that is the final report, okay? This guy, 100%, right, pulled up to that parade, was not being chased, was not being pursued, okay? And then when a cop saw him and told him, hey, stop, you're going into a parade, the road is closed, that's when the guy punched it. And like, I'm going to be clear here. On the first day, I didn't watch the video. I don't really want to watch videos of people dying, right? I really don't. And I wanted to wait for like more shit to actually come out so that I didn't like see a video and then just immediately get something in my head that could be wrong, right? Then I watched the video. And this guy is swerving in the direction of people, right?
Oh God!
Like he is punching it and gunning towards people. Okay, he is intending 100% to kill people with his vehicle, right?
That's disgusting.
Now this is what we know today, right? This is based on all the reports, and I want to be clear here because the police have ruled out terrorism as a motivation for the crime. And I don't think that this guy has any specific political goals in killing people, which would be terrorism is the act of terror, specifically for political
or religious reasons.
Not political or religious reasons, but to there's like a textbook definition of terrorism. And there's a way that most people think of terrorism. So hold on. Okay, so yeah, the unlawful use of violence and intimidation in pursuit of political aims, right? So when the police say, hey, we're rolling out terrorism as a cause, right? In some people's heads, they're like, oh, so this guy had no political motivations whatsoever, right? This guy literally, oh my gosh, I guess he's just like a random guy who just wanted to kill people, right? And then it's like, well, no. It doesn't seem like killing people was about changing anything politically. It doesn't sound like he was specifically preaching a political message, right? Which maybe he will later. Like, we'll have to wait and see how the trial comes out. but we're like, this guy has post after 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 post supporting murdering white people. Like he is hardcore a black nationalist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at the things that people are pulling from social media, the guy is a black nationalist, right? And we talk about white nationalists a lot in today's society. Black nationalist is literally the same thing except for black people, right?
There's not a difference. They do exist.
Yeah.
They exist.
Yeah, he posted a Hitler quote. Yeah.
Wait, he did?
Probably. Black nationalists love Hitler because they also hate the Jews because they think that they're the real Hebrews.
Oh, that's just lovely.
Yeah, like I people don't seem to understand that. That's why Louis Farrakhan, that's why people point out Louis Farrakhan said that Hitler was a good guy, right? So like he said that before because the way that these black nationalists view themselves, right? It's this whole racial superiority and this idea that they are the true descendants of the Hebrews, right? And that everything originates with black people and black culture, everything, Redsky, right? So we talk about
so they like legitimately believe in like the whole like we all come from Africa.
Well,
like,
no, not even that, right? Because look, we're not talking about the origins. We're talking about like the origins of these religions, right? So Muslims, Jewish people, Christian peoples, right? All these individuals, they believe it all started with black people, right? So Jesus was black, right? The original Muslims were all black, right? And I'm trying to be clear here because it's been a while since I've looked into their insane fucking view of things, but it's kind of like if you look at the way the Nation of Islam does, and this guy might believe the same shit, they believe some insane stuff, is that there's this like black alchemist and he created white people from like grafting together pigs and dogs and shit.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Whack.
Bro, like they believe insane shit. They believe insane shit, right? Like we make fun of like Scientologists and shit. Like you gotta
that's like a whole nother level.
You have to look at the shit the Nation of Islam believes, right?
Oh my
because
God.
We're talking about like insane Scientology level shit with like racism everywhere, right? Like it's fucking insane. It's literally fucking insane.
Oh God.
So when they look at actual Jewish people like the Israelis and everything, they think that they are the descendants of pigs and dogs. That's literally how they see these people. Okay.
Jesus.
So when Louis Farrakhan, when this guy is like quoting Hitler, and people are like, why would a black person quote Hitler? That makes no sense. Because what you need to understand is there are many racists out there, right? There are many racist ideologies out there. And for some reason, the one group that they seem to just fucking hate more than anybody else are the Jews. Like I do not understand.
Poor Jews.
I'm talking like it seems like you go like black nationalist, white nationalist, fucking violent Islamic terrorism. All these motherfuckers, right, will all come into agreement and hold hands together to say that Jews are one of the worst. like they will hold hands together with people that they think are fucking pigs because they think Jews are even less than that, right? These people are insane though, right? So when you're saying like, oh, like this guy who committed these killings is like quoting Hitler, yeah, they black nationalists love Hitler because even though the Nazis did terrible things to black people, what you need to understand is a black nationalist would kill 10 black people. That means he kills one Jew.
Mm-hmm.
you have to understand how fucking racist and fucking zealous these individuals are, right? It doesn't make sense, okay? Believe me, it doesn't make sense to you or me or anybody else who isn't a fucking scumbag. It makes sense to them, though, right? This insanity that they fucking preach, it literally makes sense to them, which should be concerning for everybody. Which should be absolutely concerning for everybody. That their insane, backwards fucking rhetoric, it's the only thing that makes sense to them. Anything that we talk about, though, they see it the opposite. When we're all having a conversation, they turn around and go like, what are these fucking idiots talking about? Their brains just can't fucking process it.
Jeez.
It's scary. It is.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy shit.
They believe white people were a genetic experiment. Yes, Gigi Evan. Thank you for the super chat. No, but it's true. It's true. It's true. So, like, when you tell me that a black nationalist in support of Black Lives Matter, right, who apparently is also upset over the Rittenhouse verdict, because he posted about that too, right, then slowly creeps up on a Christmas parade and then murders a ton of people, like, to everybody with a who isn't like brain damaged, they would call that an act of terror, right? It is an act of terror, right? In our common understanding of the word, that is absolutely an act of terror, right? And when these motherfuckers refer to the shit Rittenhouse did as an act of terror, like, they called Rittenhouse a domestic terrorist, right?
Oh, lovely.
But they did, okay? They called Rittenhouse a domestic terrorist, okay? A kid who literally, like, was threatened by someone who said he was going to kill him, right? And he shoots that man in self-defense. They called that an act of domestic terrorism, right? But this guy here, right? They're all of a sudden shutting the fuck up. This story doesn't matter anymore. CNN removed it from their fucking homepage.
God.
Okay. What I want you to understand is, when CNN removed this story from their homepage, it was at the time, right? This was just after they had charged the fucking suspect, and people started digging into him. CNN all of a sudden said, okay, this story, no longer relevant, get rid of it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This guy, I saw this post on Twitter. I think maybe Jack Sobek was talking about it. So somebody had, like, tweeted out, Daryl Brooks Jr., who's the man who committed the massacre. Daryl Brooks Jr. is everything the left wanted Rittenhouse to be, right? And you know what? It's kind of true. You have an insane racist with a dangerous political ideology, right? Going to an event, which, it's in Wisconsin, which is majority white people, and just mowing down as many people as he can and killing as many people as he can, right? This is literally what they were accusing Rittenhouse of doing. Now, here's the funny part, okay? And I'll have it pulled up to show you guys here in a second. Don't worry. On day fucking 1, right? On day 1, as this stuff was being reported, like, as it was happening, you saw all of these accounts, and we did a video on it, right? We did a stream about it. All these accounts laughing and saying, it was self-defense. You get what you deserve. Yeah. The blood is on the hands of everyone in Wisconsin, including the children, right?
That was why even include the children?
I don't know.
It's just so insane.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea, but they did. Okay. But they did. And, like, there were so many motherfuckers laughing at the idea of people dying in Wisconsin and saying that, oh, this guy's going to claim self-defense. Self-defense is the new president. These people are laughing at the deaths of people, right? Kids, children. You said 5 victims. A 6th child has died now.
Oh my God.
So these motherfuckers were laughing at that. Day two. This guy's links to being a Black Lives Matter supporter come out, right? And like I said, I uploaded my video on it, and I'm like, let's not jump to conclusions and shit. We've got to wait. We have to wait, make sure everything comes out, right? These motherfuckers are out there going, it's irrelevant. He's not. He hasn't been charged yet. They're spreading misinformation. We don't. He's never even used Black Lives Matter hashtags. Like this stupidest shit, right? To downplay any type of association with BLM. Okay, this guy had so many posts directly supporting BLM, including posts were photos of the Black Lives Matter logo, right? But because he hadn't used the hashtag on Facebook, they tried to say he wasn't an actual BLM supporter. Brain damage? Yes. Retarded? More than likely. Your general mainstream media outlet? Abso-fucking-lutely. Right? So they do that shit. They do that shit with this guy. And I'm going, I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, huh. So day 2, they're getting all pissy and butthurt and trying to act like it's not true. I think that they actually got Tim Pool and Andy No to trend on Twitter on day 2 because Andy No was reporting, hey, this guy has a ton of links to Black Lives Matter, right? Look at, these are all his posts supporting Black Lives Matter. Here's showing posts of him being upset about the Rittenhouse burning. Posts where he's talking about mowing down white people, right? Like, a ton of shit like that, right? And so this jackass does this whole Twitter thread and drops an article about Andy No and the right-wing trolls spreading misinformation, right? Because they're just such fucking jackasses, right? And then by the end of day 2, they've charged the suspect, right? So mind you, they got 2 other people's names to trend for reporting on the story, right? Because that's how badly they didn't want to talk about this guy being associated with the shit that they like, right? And then day 3 rolls around, right? We now have this guy charged with the murders. We now know the entire timeline of events. And guess what they are claiming now, Redsky?
What?
He acted in self-defense.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Kill me.
I'm not even fucking kidding. I'm literally not
kidding. I believe you. I believe you.
They went from the first day, before they had any facts, laughing at the very notion, right? And saying, like, this is self-defense, ha 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 ha, right? And now day 3, and they're saying, well, it's reported the police were chasing him. It's like, well, dude, maybe because he was running down protesters. Sorry, the protesters running down parade marchers.
People.
Yeah, he was running people down with his car. Maybe that's why the police were giving chase.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb.
People.
These people are so fucking stupid. It's insane.
Oh, God, these brainlets. Of course.
Oh, by the way, we talk about the technicals and Zero stuff. I'll say that for the end because I want to watch the debate between Diorio and Technicals.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. We should do that.
Yeah. I think it was on Augie's channel. I'll get it pulled up though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so let's see. First off, I need to name and shame somebody. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Naming and shaming can be fun, and it's good for people too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this person is Shatiana Dixon. I have no clue if that's their real name. If it is,
never
fuck
heard
yourself.
Of them.
Whoa, hold on. We're gonna see them talk about what a great person they are before they offer to sell people's private information for money. We who support the victims need to stop helping these drama channels get clout. First off, I thank you for not including me in your list of these channels because I am not a drama channel whatsoever. So I appreciate that. I'd rather work with the victims than keep ending up in these small-time YouTube videos.
Oh, God.
You see how my name's, again, not included in that? I'm not being included in that. So I'm not one of those small-time YouTubers. I fucking love this shit. You know how I fly so far under the radar sometimes, it's insane, right?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Anytime there's a commentary tier list, I'm completely fucking voided, right? And I go like, it's kind of nice, right? Nobody fucking talks about me. Nobody says mean shit. Nobody tries to start shit with me. The only person is really Ohmwrecker. And it's really
of course
fucking
it's
dumb.
Ohmwrecker. He cares about everything.
It's really dumb because every single time he fights with me, it literally only brings attention to the channel. Like if I was just doing videos talking about him, it would generate like no real buzz. Like nothing really. Maybe I'll get like 1,000 people, maybe if I'm lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like realistically, I don't know. I've never understood it. So yeah. What is this? I don't care about Ohm's drama. Fuck TJV, Sen, Liz, Ohm, H2, and anyone else who lives and breathes this shit 24/7. If we are not throwing hands, if they have not contacted the police, if they have not owed up, fuck it. Because at this point, I'm ready to come after people, and nobody is untouchable. Bro, I'm getting that like internet tough guy vibes like all over the place.
And who is this person?
We'll get it. We'll get to the next part. We'll get to the next part. Don't worry. Okay. Everyone leaves a paper trail, and plenty of people think they are friends. Now you already kind of see at the bottom, so I'll go into the next one so you can see it a little bit clearer. What gets said next? We'll sell their name and address for a measly $15K. I stand with the victims. The rest of these low-life gossiping shit starters and dumbass fans, best keep it moving. Not another view or dime off my name. These drama channels are just as bad as the people being accused. Disgusting to say the least. Anything for clout. Shaking my head. Blab. Okay, so Shadiana, okay, literally has shat in her fucking name. Okay? I just gotta be clear here, right?
Yeah.
This person has apparently been getting all pissy at Liz Cats, and I guess has left a bunch of comments on Liz Cat. I don't know if it's like their Twitter or their YouTube comments. I don't know. I'm just letting you know what's a little bit about this person's history, right? They seem really obsessive with the situation. Talks about how much they stand for the victims, while also offering to sell the docs of anyone involved. You just have to give them money. But they totally stand for all of the victims. They absolutely stand for all of the victims.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. They never do. They always say that they do.
No, but it's always those people who claim that they care about the quote, like the victims and shit like that, is they always threaten doxes. They just do degenerate shit.
Well, I mean, like, degenerate shit is degenerate shit. I kind of feel like the stuff we've seen lately, I feel like it's definitely been an escalation. Like, don't you feel like a little bit?
I mean, yeah, this especially. I think this is like the worst I've seen like thus far.
Well, I mean, I don't pretend to be like some sort of long-time fucking YouTuber. I think I'm pretty honest that, I'm really underinformed about a lot of the stuff that took place in the past on this platform. Mm-hmm. But I feel like even when I came on, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. It was becoming this, but I mean, now you have drama, and it's just like fucking running gay ops and doxing people and threatening to sell people's private information. Like you see that.
It's not even drama anymore. It's like trying to integrate your real life into it, and it's just.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It goes beyond just fucking internet drama, because like you're really trying to fuck with people in real life, right? It's not trolling people. It's definitely not trolling people. I don't know. Now I want to show you guys something. Now look, I said I was going to speculate, okay? But I saw someone mention it earlier. So let's go to my conspiracy theory first, right?
Oh boy, I love conspiracies.
Okay, all right. So this was a theory that was given to me. It's not my original conspiracy theory, but I love conspiracy theories. That's all this is. Okay, that is all this is. All right. I want to be as clear as I can for people. This is not me just saying it as some sort of disclaimer to avoid some sort of legal liability. It is 100% a clear fucking conspiracy theory, and I just think it's fucking hilarious. Okay? I really do. All right? I really fucking do. And I'll go over the supporting evidence for the conspiracy theory. All right? But here is the conspiracy theory. Ohmwrecker has made butt buddies with Ryan Wyatt. Okay? And now I know what you're saying. Do you mean butt buddies like South Park butt buddies?
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not here to judge people's
sexual It's Ohmwrecker. You never know with him.
I don't like. We do know in the past, Ohmwrecker was willing to let a dude grab his ass if it meant that he could do his own investigation into the guy that was grabbing his ass. So I don't know. I don't know. They could be butt buddies like South Park butt buddies. I mean, they're butt buddies like, gay figgy op shit kind of butt buddies. Anyways, Ryan Wyatt is the head of gaming at YouTube. And now I know what you're thinking. Well, so what? He followed Ryan Wyatt, the head of gaming at YouTube. What's that fucking matter? Like, who is this guy? Some fucking random fucking guy on fucking Twitter that works for YouTube? Well, I mean, look, he is the head of gaming, but like, come on, why does it matter that Ohmwrecker's following this guy? Well, see, Ryan Wyatt's got a pretty interesting history. And, this relates to another person that we've covered in the past. For those of you unaware, this is a streamer, Zombie Kills, who's also got a YouTube channel.
Our favorite. Oh,
now, Zombie.
I remember her.
Yeah, you do. Zombie Kills was the chick that begged for a free Xbox because black content creators.
No, she used Breonna Taylor's death as like a justification for why she should get free consoles.
Breonna Taylor ate a bullet, so I deserve an Xbox. Because it was a compelling argument. Well, so people criticized her. And what she did was start flagging channels and reporting them. And one thing I want you to see here, right? This is her. This is her video. This is Portery talking about it. YouTube being tagged about it, right? Because a bunch of people started doing it, right? It wasn't just her. But there you go. So she responds with, "Hi, this has impacted me and my community and made us feel very unsafe. If you could help us, please." And then Ryan fucking Wyatt, right? Ryan fucking Wyatt over here. "Thanks for flagging. YouTube will look into this, ma'am."
Yep, I remember that.
So, okay. So, conspiracy theory time. Ohmwrecker, being the absolute piece of shit that he can be, contacts Ryan Wyatt, knowing that Ryan Wyatt is a sympathetic loser that will take the fucking bait on stories like this because he took it with Zombie Kills, someone who was like obviously fucking lying, right? And he gets Ryan Wyatt to then go out and start removing videos and shit. Terrible conspiracy theory, by the way, but it was still fun to think about. And also, look, if you want my actual theory on it, Ohmwrecker likes to suck the dick of anybody that's in a position of authority within a social media company.
I mean, he did it with Del Harvey.
Well, yeah, like he wants to go around and sniff the farts of these people so that when they turn around, all they see is him. I mean, like, look, it doesn't surprise me that he's trying to follow around the head of YouTube's gaming department. And I'm sure that if he ever had the ability to communicate with that individual, Ohmwrecker would show up with his files on top of files on the entire Vanoss gaming crew and demand that their channels be age restricted. Like, because he's that much of a piece of shit. And yes, okay. I'm not going to play games anymore. I'm directly accusing Ohmwrecker of going behind the scenes to get people's fucking sponsorship deals canceled. Go fuck yourself, Ohmwrecker. I know you fucking do it. Yeah.
I mean, if he's pulling gay ops all the time.
Well, no. I'm saying like okay. Let me clarify the statement. As best I can. I have several different sources who have told me that Ohmwrecker has gone behind the scenes to contact different companies that were interested in doing sponsorship deals with various members of the Vanoss Gaming crew. Was it Tyler? I think Taylor Wildcat, Louis Caliber, H2O Delirious, and I believe that there was another individual. I could be mistaken here, but fucking Ohmwrecker, specifically with them, has gone around to these different companies and told them all, pedo, 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 pedo. Are you okay with being with pedos? Pedos are bad, aren't they? Why would you allow pedos? Grooming in pedos, pedophiles, pedos. There's a lot of pedophile allegations against these people. Are you okay with that? Do you want your company being associated with pedos? And then these companies all of a sudden wind up dropping these fucking deals. So, anyways, I do have several different sources who have informed me that Ohmwrecker has indeed been doing this. And then when he talks about having files on top of files, what he does, and I think it's the same shit he does with TJ, Ohmwrecker provides just enough evidence to let your imagination run wild, right? There's just enough in there where it's like, okay,
he shows just enough evidence, but then he goes and tells these stories to make them wonder.
So it's kind of like this, right? He'll give you a story, right? And if you had all the evidence, you'd be like, well, Ohmwrecker, you're wrong, right? But he'll only give you the evidence that supports what he's saying, and then he'll remove everything else out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going like, If you're someone who does that, why would I ever trust anything that you're saying? Because you don't believe in what you're saying. You believe in what you're saying so fucking little, right? That you're intent on hiding things from me because you know that I wouldn't take you seriously, right? Like, that's how I feel about fucking Ohmwrecker. But he does this shit a lot. He really does. So I would imagine when he's talking about, these allegations of pedophilia, it's really not that hard to scare a company into not wanting to get into a PR.
No, because companies like that always hate bad press.
Yeah, and there's no worse press than, hey, that guy you signed is a pedophile. We're all going to go to social media and say he's a pedophile and you're working with a pedophile. But that's not true. Defamation, sue 100 different social media accounts. Okay, I think it's probably easier if we just don't open that fucking contract with this individual because we just don't want to deal with the crazy people.
Because lazy people and crazy people.
Lazy people and crazy people. Yeah.
Yep.
But look, when I see that, right? When I see that, I'm just like, it comes across to me that Ohmwrecker, he is intent on causing harm to these individuals, right? When we talk about canceling sponsorship deals, right? That is not, losing a sponsor might, it hurts you personally, but it has literally nothing to do with stopping your reach, right? Because his channel is still monetized, his videos still get pumped out there, right? Him going and taking away Louis' ability to make a paycheck, right, is nothing more than him trying to cause actual fucking harm to people.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And again, he's doing it because he believes that they are guilty, right? And so him being the hero for all women everywhere, except for the women that disagree with him, he will fucking cut their throats, right? His stance as being the champion of all women everywhere is, if I can't prove that they did it, I'll go after their money. I'll make them hurt. I'll make sure that they can't feed their kids, right? That's his plan here, right? I'll go after anyone who ever thinks about partnering with them, right? I'll make them pariahs, right? That's Ohmwrecker, champion of fucking women. I can't prove anything was ever done to these women, but what I will do is go behind the scenes and try to ensure that these people can't make money. Now, when I have a guy who behaves that way, right? When I have a guy that runs behind the scenes, contacting one friend, trying to convince him to stab all of his other friends in the back, right? Yeah, and again, Ohmwrecker has done these things, right? When I have a guy like that, right? When I have a guy who does all of these things. When I have a guy who runs gay ops, and I've caught him running gay ops before. When I have this individual who withholds evidence from people, even when it benefits him, he still withholds the evidence, right? When I have a guy who 15 years ago, he tried to threaten his company, right, with sexual harassment that he refused to report, even though the last time he didn't report it and then he eventually did, they actually helped him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he turned around and tried to accuse the company of like enabling his predator, right? Like when I have a guy who does
shit like that.
When I have a guy who does all of this, right? What actually? Yeah, there's a little thing I wanted to go over. It's another theory, and I think it's actually something that I would love to question Ohmwrecker on.
Oh boy.
Because I would love to see his answer, and then I would love to see if I can disprove it or not. But I would need to speak with him first. When I have a guy who potentially was involved in a mass reporting of just a fuck ton of Twitter accounts, right? And then only uses a handful of those accounts reported to try to paint this narrative that he's caught Delirious in this like web of fucking lies with alt accounts, when in reality he's leaving out like a ton of shit, right? When I have a guy who does all of that, right? And then my channel is being flagged specifically for Ohmwrecker videos. You know,
videos that were like 9 months old or something, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know if it was 9 months old, but it was a pretty old video.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just going like, look, when I see things like that, my speculation is probably something of the nature of Sarah probably contacted Ohmwrecker the same way the Louis girls contacted Ohmwrecker, pissed off, angry, yelling at him, saying, "Why are these people saying these things about me?" Right? And then Ohmwrecker, I don't know, Ohmwrecker either directly or indirectly intimates that, man, if you feel like these videos are harassment and this girl is really upset and she's really stressed out, then I think maybe you should report these videos. I feel like that's probably more in line of what happened here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
Well, because look, God, there's so much stuff with Ohmwrecker that, you know, if I let me just open up the fucking floodgates for you guys. One, there's this Twitter account. Was it called Rounds Doing the Rounds or something?
Rounds Doing.
Oh yeah, Rounds Doing. Okay, so Rounds Doing is this Twitter account that's like literally been sucking off anything to do with Ohmwrecker, right? If you're supporting Ohmwrecker, Doing Rounds will show up and literally start massaging your balls, and it's probably a great feeling, right? Having somebody that will show up out of nowhere and like massage your balls on command. But I've got to show you guys this. Here, let's copy link. Okay, this is gonna make you guys laugh, and it made me laugh, and you'll understand why when you see it. Okay, so this is him talking about TJV. Okay.
Trevor.
Yeah, new video from Trevor Gene Valentine. Go give it a watch. She exposes some more of H2O Delirious lies in an entertaining and objective way. The second-rate up Louis' ass gutter channels that have been posting unverified info should sit up and take notes. Now, I saw that message and I was going, I'm pretty sure that's Ohmwrecker. Like, I'm pretty sure it's Ohmwrecker.
I think it. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, I was gonna hold back on saying it because, like,
No, you're fine. Let me tell you another reason why I'm pretty sure that account is Ohmwrecker. Ohmwrecker left a comment on something, right? And within, I want to say 30 seconds to a minute, the Rounds Doing account had screenshotted that comment, ran to Twitter, and tweeted about it, right? Mm-hmm. And then as if realizing that it's a little suspicious that this random Twitter account that's been talking all about the Ohmwrecker case, like instantly had this fucking comment and was posting it to fucking Twitter, right? Realizes that might look a little suspicious, so they delete the comment. Then they wait a little bit of time, right? And they post the exact same comment. They don't change any of the wording. It's not like they're fixing a typo or anything. And it's almost like the individual who owns that account is the individual who owns the Ohmwrecker account. Realized, oh man, it looks a little suspicious that this account that's only supporting everything I say is like reposting my stuff like instantly, right? So they delete that account, then they wait a little bit, then they repost it, right? I don't know, man. But I'm pretty fucking sure the Rounds Doing account is Ohmwrecker.
Yeah, I mean, I was speculating to myself for a while, and I mean, I guess now that you've said it, I guess I feel confident in saying that, yes, I do think it is Ohmwrecker too. But,
I mean, look, that account is either Ohmwrecker or is in contact with Ohmwrecker as
very
Ohmwrecker
close
is
cahoots.
doing things, right?
Interesting.
Look, it's one or the fucking other, okay? It's one or the fucking other. Now,
I just want to say, Crow.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Crows of Judgment. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on.
I miss when you do that, Crow.
I'm spilling the tea.
No, no tea.
Yes.
Redski's like,
yeah.
no, never.
No, not the tea.
This is Redsky. He's the Repzilla guy. I don't know if you've heard.
Okay, but like, so I'm pretty sure the Rounds Doing account is Ohmwrecker, right? Because TJ, the moment he was posting videos friendly to Ohmwrecker was sharing that in his Discord server, right? Like Ohmwrecker's little fucking squad of minions that run around do his bidding. We're sharing around TJ's video. And then the Rounds Doing account is going, oh, check out this video. It's amazing. And all these accounts up Louis' ass. Yeah, man.
There's enough to speculate that it could be Ohm, because it's a lot of the things they do, including like the whole annoying thing that Ohm does when it's like only people you follow or people you mention are allowed to respond to this. And the fact that he's now endorsing TJB all of a sudden, and he's kind of like really vocal about that. The Doing the Rounds account is also very vocal about endorsing TJ all of a sudden. So yeah, there are a lot of things that could point to that. And
well, I mean, it's also that the Doing Rounds account seems to have inside information or know things are happening before Ohmwrecker does them, right? Based on how quickly the Rounds Doing account follows up with it or has done so in the past. And the fact that when it became like really fucking obvious that something was going on there, the tweet gets deleted immediately, right? Because I guess whoever's running it really thinks that people aren't smart enough to put that thing on follow with notifications on. You fucking idiot, right? And so they have it time stamped and everything, and like it got deleted so fucking fast. It's almost like as soon as Ohmwrecker had made the comment, the tweet was written up. And it was supposed to be sent later, but somebody accidentally hit the reply button immediately.
Yeah,
that's what it seems.
I don't know how the old account function or whatever fucking happens works really, but I've heard that they fuck up by sometimes like, so there's a tab on mobile, right, where you you can tab into an alt account or something, and people are so dumb that or I'm being mean. People sometimes they spontaneously tweet on that alt account by accident. So I wouldn't put it past for like Ohm to spontaneously tweet on his alt account by accident and be like, "Oops, I was supposed to do that on the Ohmwrecker on Doing the Rounds account. I supposed to put that on the Ohmwrecker account."
Well, it's pretty easy to do it though, because when you're switching around accounts on a mobile device, the only thing that's going to notify you is the icon that's at the bottom of the page, right? So like if you're not paying attention, like it's pretty easy to post something from your alt like onto one of the alt accounts when you meant it for your main account, right? It's actually pretty easy to do that. So look, I'm just saying we have instances that look highly fucking suspicious. In fact, here I'll put it like this, right? I don't like how much Ohmwrecker will speculate on things without providing like any type of nuance and leaving out information, right? I'm speculating on him, but here's the thing. Like, I've got more shit to support what I'm saying, or at least my ideas, than he ever fucking does.
I think everybody that speculates on Ohm has more evidence or a lot more to work with for their speculation than he does. He will run with anything.
Well, so Sen, like, I mean, because you're involved in this too, right? Like, I will say this, like, on the record for everybody. Ohmwrecker has contacted other content creators behind the scenes and stated to them that he was going to sue me and that he would sue Sen and that he would sue I mean, it was more than one time.
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
He wanted to sue us, and it's like that. The thing with Ohm is, I think he's done this also to people that weren't content creators as well, right? So the thing with Ohm, I'm suspecting that he just goes around saying that he's going to sue everybody. Maybe as an intimidation. I don't know. For all I know, he could follow through with one to make an example. The only problem is that you got to you got to be careful because you might end up losing more than they do. And here's the thing, and I don't know if he understands this either, but it was like at the very beginning of my video where I'm like, the Streisand effect is only going to make things worse for you. And in this instance, if you take anybody to a lawsuit, right? If you do this, I'm sure it'll.
Well, Sen, stop talking. People are going to realize you're in the Matrix.
It'll like sure you'll
switching universes.
You'll go ahead and you'll get the lawsuit or whatever, but then there'll be more coverage on this, right? There's good, and you're only gonna make your opposition look good, right? Because I'm sure people like Nick Rekieta will cover that because I mean, Ohmwrecker's still a 1 million channel. He was still like part of the Vanos. He's gonna be good content for people. Everybody's gonna talk about him, but not in a good way. Well, and he's probably gonna lose that lawsuit if he even takes it. So it doesn't look.
Here's the problem. The idea, okay, the idea that he is going to sue anybody, I don't take it seriously. I really don't, because I can point to various individuals that Ohmwrecker has encountered where he has attempted to intimidate them by threatening to go to court. All right, he does it a lot. Okay, Keemstar does it to people too, right?
He did.
I'm just saying, I don't fucking take it seriously from either of these people because unlike these jackasses, like, I work with contracts, okay? I do, right? I have to have like some basic understanding of how contract law works, and I've actually had to go to court, and I've actually had to testify, right, on behalf of my company before, right? It's not fun. It really isn't. But you kind of learn some basic things about, basic court procedure. And, one thing about my job, it got me really interested in how a lot of that stuff works. So when Ohmwrecker is being a fucking moron and threatening to sue people and throwing out statements like, Sen has malice against me and he posted lies with malice. No, Ohmwrecker, you fucking dumbass. The term you want to use is actual malice, okay? And what it actually means is not, Sen hates me, so he posted the story. No, that's not what it fucking means, you fucking idiot. Actual malice means that Sen knowingly posted information that he knew was incorrect about Ohmwrecker. And then, here's part two, right? That information also caused Ohmwrecker damages that he can prove, right? Now, good fucking luck ever proving any damages from any one individual, right? And also not acknowledging the shit that you have done, right? And why that has affected your own fucking public image. But then let's just go back to the first part, right? You would have
there's plenty of screenshots out there on Twitter. If you look over, they're like ever since Ohm started going into this drama and trying to get at his friends, they're specifically stating it's because Ohm is going after Delirious and platforming these women against Louis Caliber, and that's the reason they're not tuning into him anymore.
You can literally look at his social blade and look at where his sub losses are coming in based on those time frames. And I'll be very clear. As much as I like the people that have tuned into my channel, I'm sure Sen feels the same way. As much as we appreciate our new audience members and the views you guys give us, let's be fucking real here, right? We don't have the reach that Ohmwrecker does.
Yeah.
He's still a 1 million sub channel, right? We are not the cause of his sub losses. I could do 5 videos a day on Ohmwrecker, and Sen could do another 5 videos on Ohmwrecker, and we could stream nightly only about Ohmwrecker, and it would not cause that man any amount of fucking damages compared to the shit that he has done to himself.
Yeah.
Just you know,
shooting himself on the foot, basically.
If there's anybody who's ruining Ohmwrecker, it's himself.
Yeah,
and look, so he thinks everybody's against him.
Well, I mean, here's the problem when it comes to like proving actual malice. You know, when TJ ran with that story about Ohmwrecker being a pedophile, right?
Yeah.
I said I thought it was bullshit, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
I was pretty fucking clear. I was not willing to run with information that I thought was fake, right? Sen felt the same way. I'm pretty sure Redsky would have felt the same way. I don't think Redsky was really.
I know. I do. This was before I met you guys, but I did see that story, and I was like, "Wait, what the?" I was so confused.
My point is, you have this fucking jackass who keeps telling everyone's going to take him to fucking court. He doesn't understand basic concepts like actual malice in a defamation lawsuit against him. Somebody that could easily be argued is a public figure when he has 1 million subs on YouTube. So. Again, like these are just things that I know about from, you know, my basic experiences having to like deal with actually going to court, and like the stuff that I do find it somewhat entertaining. I really fucking do. I like legal YouTubers. It's interesting to watch them. I recommend watching a ton of them, right? Because obviously I recommend Ricardo Law, but watch all of these individuals because they all have different opinions. It's great though, and. You know, you like watch trials and things like that. It's interesting shit. But like also, if you do that enough, there's just basic stuff that you will figure out, and you can tell when someone doesn't know what they are fucking talking about. Like I'm not pretending to be a fucking expert. I'm really not. Okay. I just have a basic understanding on how some of this stuff works. So I know when I'm talking to someone who has no fucking clue what they are doing, but thinks that they run their goddamn mouth and keep making fucking threats behind the scenes to my friends, that it's somehow going to make me shut my fucking mouth. God damn, man. And I would be shouting more, but you know, it's right before Thanksgiving, and there's people.
Don't want to upset the turkeys.
No, yeah, there's people over. I got to be careful. But like. I'm looking at this guy who keeps making these threats to sue everybody, right? And he has no idea what he is talking about. So I more than welcome him to hire an attorney, right? Spend as much money as he fucking wants to with this bullshit. And I will be very clear, right? Because again, another thing I've been involved in is the process of a countersuit. Okay. I will absolutely go after him. Right? Because I am warning him right now. Any lawsuit against me and my channel for the content that we have uploaded about Ohmwrecker would absolutely be frivolous. Okay? It would be 100% an attempt to silence my First Amendment rights to talk about things that I want to talk about. Right? Mm-hmm. Nothing I have said has actual malice in it. I would never post information to this YouTube channel that I know to be incorrect. And I do take at least the most basic steps in verifying information before I will run it and say it is confirmed on my channel, unlike the individual who says he is going to threaten to sue me for defamation. You absolute fucking monkey.
Ooga booga oogie.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did just defame something right there. Because Ohmwrecker, I believe, has proven his intellect is far below the other branch on our evolutionary tree that still flings its shit around everywhere.
You know, when he threatened to sue me, I actually got really pissed at him because I'm like,
Yeah, I understand.
Like first of all, he had to do it through a proxy. He wouldn't do it to me because I'm too mean to him, apparently. Right?
Yeah, I believe
chill or whatever. Like, fuck you. You're a pussy. And then like the second thing is he has to go through another person to tell me that he wants to sue me. What a bitch. Like, he actually pissed me off that day. Like I was gonna not make videos on you anymore. I really was. Made one, and that was about to be it. But like, you kind of pissed me off like a lot. Like, I don't like this guy.
Well, tell you what, like I would actually have a conversation with him, right, where he can ask me any question he wants to ask me. But I only get to I get to ask him 3 questions, and one of those questions, and I will be very clear, I would absolutely be baiting him. It would absolutely be clipped, and I would 100% send it out to other people. I would ask him this: have you ever contacted any business in an attempt to interfere in a professional relationship between them and any person who has ever been associated with the Van Os crew? If he says no, okay, he says no, I will absolutely send that out to everybody. If he says yes, I will absolutely send that to her. Because it doesn't matter how he answers that question, because I already know the answer to it. I already know the individuals also know the answer to it, right? But I would love to get him on the record either lying or confirming it.
Yeah, the thing with him is that I think that he's the type of guy that wants a lot of shit off the record so that
I know
it can't be used against him, right?
Well, okay, actually, yeah. So that's another thing. He called me a fucking coward because I wouldn't have another off the record conversation in private with him. I said, if I'm going to talk to you, I want it public. I want everyone to hear what's going on, and I want Louis there, right? Because Louis is more familiar with the stuff going on with the Van Os crew than I am. So if Ohmwrecker tries to lie to me, Louis is probably going to know it, right? And Ohmwrecker's response was, I'm not going to do that. And then he turned around and he literally turns around and calls me a fucking coward after being an absolute fucking pussy because he was terrified.
Says the man
no,
he was in live stream chats all the time.
He was terrified to get into a call with me and Louis, right? We're not even talking about it being recorded or being live. He was just terrified to get into a call that had me and Louis in it.
Yeah. And even for like the TJB people, the people that don't like TJB, at the very fucking least, TJ gets in a fucking call with people. Like, won't even get in there. Like, won't even like he can't even do that. Like, that's really funny. That's really funny to me.
Which would be worse, him lying or him confirming? Well, if he confirms it, perfect, right? Because then you avoid a lot of other shit, right? Like he would be confirming that it is real. And you could avoid a few other steps along the way, right? If he lies though, and you can prove that he is a fucking liar, it just really speaks to his credibility, right? And when you're in a court of law, right, and you have somebody up on the stand and you press them on something else, like, well, I wasn't under oath, so when you're not under oath, you lie. I'm just saying, right? Like, it doesn't matter how he answers that question. It would fuck him over either way. And he knows it. And he absolutely fucking knows it. So he doesn't want to fucking get into a call with me where other people are going to hear what's being said, because I'm pretty sure he knows that I would ask him questions like that and ask him questions about his other places of employment, because yes, Ohmwrecker, hey, here's another thing about you, buddy. I know about the stuff that's happened at your other jobs, not just the job where you let some dude grab your ass. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Dude, look at Chill Venom's comment. Ohm pays me more than TJB, to be honest. That was funny. That's funny.
Chill. Actually, I did have something to say to you, guys. I saw you post a comment on it. Like the stuff here gets like really repetitive with this shit. I don't disagree with you, man. Like, I really don't. But I think because Sen was talking about it as well. Like, whenever you upload one of these videos talking about a subject, there's gonna be a lot of people who tune into that video for the first time and probably have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Your audience probably understands that they've been watching your fucking content. So you can skip over some shit, but like, you gotta understand, there's new people, And if you act like everybody tuning in knows what you're talking about, they'll just like, well, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, they need to be familiarized, caught up to speed in a way.
So, like, look, I mean, I would love to just say, hey, my channel got fucking false flagged by this, by this Fig or one of his Fig supporters, but I can't just do that because it's like, wait, what video? Why would he do that? Who's Ohmwrecker?
Yeah.
Like, there are going to be people like that. So, like, you have to like go into all the shit that this guy's done every single fucking time. And it does suck. It does suck because Ohmwrecker is such a piece of shit. And he does so much awful things. So many awful things. And every single time he does it, he tells himself that he's a hero and that's okay that he did bad things because at the end of the day, he's still a hero. Like
who? Oh yeah, he's the champion of the women, dog. He cares about the women so
much. You can
much.
say that about a lot of people.
He'll try to force out another woman's story that doesn't want to be involved in this for his own benefit. That's how much of a champion of the women he is. Yeah.
Well, look. Ohmwrecker knows women better than they know themselves. So if Ohmwrecker goes to a woman and says, "Hey, you're going to come out with your story," she goes, "I'm not really comfortable with that." He can just slap her across the face, say, "I, Ohmwrecker, am the champion of women, and I will be telling everybody your story for you."
Champion of the women. This is why I don't like Ohm fans too. It's like, one of them is like, let me guess, you don't believe the allegations against Delirious, but if it's a totally random account making accusations against Ohm, you instantly believe it. That's not Like, have we not been critical on Delirious before? We got pushback for whatever fucking we did to Delirious, right? We did.
Well, I mean, like
I feel like I need to like.
There's that Delirious fan that was lurking around who hates you for some reason.
I had a Discord mod, right? That is such a major fan of Liz Cats that when Sen uploads a video, he goes, "I don't think she's being very honest," right? This guy malds out. Freaks out. I literally had to fucking ban him from my community. It's that bad. It's that bad. Okay? All over Sen criticizing Liz Cats.
Yep. And he got under your nerves
shut up
too.
about it.
Like, Jesus
Christ.
Yeah.
He still won't
do you understand how fucking annoying you have to be to get under Crow's nerves? Crow has a lot of fucking patience. He has more patience than me. You have to be very fucking annoying to get under his nerves.
That's hilarious, right? So I tell that guy, right? I'm like, hey, I gave you mod powers, right? I told you not to fucking use them. Just use them to change things on the server for me. Like, adjust the rooms around, do whatever, because like you say it's not organized, you want to organize it, but fine, right? I organizing my Discord server is a tedious task, and I will absolutely offload that onto somebody else in a heartbeat every single fucking time. But I said, like, look, I like you, just don't abuse it, right? And then what's he do? He gets into a fight with Sen, right? Starts getting pissy with Sen, and then goes through and starts changing Sen's name on my fucking Discord server. And I'm like, okay, all right, let me just put a stop to this, right? So I didn't even take his mod powers away. I literally just took one of the fucking mod roles away from him, right? And I said, just stop getting to these.
Crow, you're a boomer, so you don't really know how the Discords works, right? So basically, what you did is you gave this guy admin perms, actually, I believe, and
that's how he was able to change Sen's name.
Yeah, that's how he was, because bypass. Yeah, basically, admins bypass everything. So you took away his admin role, and that's what made them freak out because they no longer had like possession of the server technically.
Well, see, like that's the thing, right? Like I don't really fucking give a shit because like if he had done something crazy on my fucking Discord server, I've been like, oh, just fucking nuke it. I don't care. I'll go make a new Discord server, right? Like I would care. I would care, but you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't. It's not like it's kind of like putting it like this, right? It kind of be like getting a flat in my car. Yeah, I mean it sucks. It's unfortunate, but like I mean I can deal with it, right? Like it's not gonna end my fucking day, right?
Yeah.
So look, I just didn't care though, right? And I'm like, all I did was like take that one thing away. I said, look, I'll give it back to you in a week. That's all I said. I'll give it back to you in a week. Just stop getting into stupid fucking fights. Stop DMing people behind the scenes, right? And talking shit. Right? Just let this shit go. and stop fucking around with the fucking powers, right? And I get messaged from like 3 different people. Hey, he's still DMing us. And I'm like, okay, I'll just wait out the fucking week and then I'll talk to him, right? And then this motherfucker messages me and goes, I don't think I did abuse my powers. You should give them. And I'll go like, oh, really?
Of course he did.
I'm like, oh, okay. And I just like instantly go like, and you're blocked from my fucking Discord server because I am so fucking done with this shit. And all of that was over Sen criticizing Liz Katz.
Yeah,
all of that was over Sen
and
criticizing Liz Katz.
Funny thing is, he's still mauling about it to this day.
Yeah, ever since then, it's like he thinks I'm like some evil fucking villain
No,
or something.
Okay,
he tried to do
he wants Sen kicked out of the friend group. He wants
hold
Sen
on.
kicked out of the friend group.
Let me go over the list of demands here, okay? Sen needs to be removed from our friend group, okay? Meaning we are no longer allowed to be friends or on good terms with Sen, okay? Second, he wants his original roles back. Third, he wants a public apology for him and a public apology for another person I've literally never heard of. I'm like, who? I've literally just been DMing you. What the fuck? And finally, he wants full ownership of the Discord server, of which he has been a mod in there for about a month. And
Talk about a power trip.
And I go, all of this, all of it, all of this originates from Sen criticizing Liz Katz. So this idea.
And here's the thing, wait, just to add a little more to it, it's not like he wasn't given the chance to defend himself, because I willingly brought him on stream because he had an issue with John too, right? He was talking all this shit about John as well, and Aura, but then Aura basically told him, don't waste my fucking time. I'm trying to work. Basically, right? So he shut up right there, brought him on stream.
Aura agrees with him.
What?
Yeah, Aura agrees with him. I talked to the guy. He said Aura agrees with him.
Oh, of course he said
that. Yeah. Everybody agrees with him.
Aura agrees with him. Zombie Thoughts agrees with him. Redsky agrees with him. Basically, like the entire Discord agrees with him, but they're not willing to say so publicly.
Yeah.
Or privately.
They don't, and they just don't want to hurt his feelings or something, which Aura's not going to, like, you know how Aura is. Aura, he's over this shit. He's just going to be like, yeah, don't fucking waste my time with trivial bullshit, basically. Right? And and so I brought him on. I brought him on to air his grievances against me and John just obliterated him in like 2 minutes, I want to say.
Yeah, he bent the knee pretty quickly.
Literally, he had nothing else to say. He was like, "Okay, that's fair." And then I'm like, what's your problem with me? And then he's like, well, this and that. And I'm like, okay. And then I just said, who cares? Basically, that was the equivalent, because it's really stupid, like the way he was getting angry for no reason, because it was really trivial. I even forgot what the fuck it was. And I'm like, well, this is my fucking reason. And he's okay, I don't agree with it, but okay. I'm like, thank you. Do you have any other problems you'd like to go over? No, not at this time. Okay, bye, get out. Like, that's it. Fuck, dude.
And then afterwards, he hops into my DMs and is like, Sen and I are friends now. I was like, I don't care. Why are you talking to me?
Oh, Jesus.
No, it's literally.
I honestly don't know who's more schizo, this guy or Ohm, to be honest.
You know what's fucking hilarious, right? If this guy just had the ability to shut the fuck up for literally a week, I would have given him the rollback, and he could have just done whatever. Like, he literally could, because he would have had admin access, right?
Yep.
Literally just done whatever the fuck he wanted to do. But he couldn't drop it for even 24 fucking hours, right? I gave this guy a week, right? Because I was like, a week, right? Like, bro, like, if you can shut the fuck up about somebody that you're beefing with for a week, you clearly have self-control, right? This guy couldn't go 24 fucking hours. He couldn't even go fucking 24 hours. What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? And even then, I was just gonna wait the fucking week out, right? And then at the end, tell me fucking failed within the first 24 hours. But the motherfucker messages me and says, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. And
Yeah.
all of it is over criticizing Liz Katz. This idea that we're not willing to be critical of Delirious, I am. Let me be very clear, right? And we've said it on stream before.
Yeah.
The way Delirious behaves and the way Ohmwrecker behaves is very fucking similar, right? They both like working behind the scenes. They both like DMing people behind the scenes. They both like having private conversations behind the scenes. They both like to talk about the idea of maybe suing, but then not actually doing it. Okay? It's really frustrating talking to either of these men from what I've been told, okay? From what I've been told, because you really cannot trust anything coming out of their mouths, right? One of them acts like he is more intelligent than everybody he communicates with. The other acts like he is much dumber than the people that he communicates with. But in reality, they both function at the same exact intellect level. And it is very, very, very frustrating when you are dealing with two people like this and they're on opposing sides. Because I'll tell you this.
To be honest, I think Delirious actually is stupid, though. Like, I don't think.
No, look. No. Let me be clear. Ohmwrecker is dumb. Delirious is dumb. But the way these two operate, Ohmwrecker likes to act smarter than he is. Delirious likes to act dumber than he is. Now, in terms of which one I can actually respect more, it's actually the guy that acts dumber because there is something clever about that, right? I can't respect someone who pretends to be intelligent. I really can't. I really fucking can't. And again, I can point to several instances of this guy being dumb as shit. Beyond the fact that he's almost 50, almost fucking 50.
Oh yeah, he's old as shit. Like, fuck, dude. I thought he was like 30 at maybe like mid 30s, but. Then I heard he was like over 40, and I'm like, wow, that's.
I mean, I'm literally look, we're literally arguing YouTube drum with a motherfucker who's got to go in and take a prostate exam. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But like, I really hope I am not as old as this motherfucker, and
like
and crying about how my friends don't want to play Call of Duty with me.
When the Ohm fans come in, basically, and they say you're so biased and you're only against Ohm clearly, and you just want to go ahead and not criticize Delirious because you're Team Delirious. It's like I literally have a fucking DM from a schizo saying, "Shut the fuck up about Delirious. I hate you." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That just ends your argument.
Look, I think I will send you I'll send you a DM later saying the same thing just to fuck with you. But like I just don't get it because like don't get me wrong, right? I will absolutely defend Delirious in the sense that he is innocent until proven guilty, and these motherfuckers are clearly not even attempting to prove he is guilty. They're just going to keep saying he is over and over and over again. And anytime you question them, they're going to like accuse you of supporting a fucking pedophile or something, right? That much I can say that'll get me to defend Delirious. But other than that, no, I think Delirious is fucking stupid. I really do. The gay op shit that he was pulling with those alt accounts to harass Ohmwrecker, I can understand it. I think it's funny that Ohmwrecker gets a taste of his own medicine, but at the same time, it's really fucking stupid when you know Ohmwrecker is the type of guy who will use that against you in a fucking heartbeat. And look at how well he used it against Delirious, right? Yep. Ohmwrecker has shouted in the past that they're harassing him, right? And we all laugh at him because he's an idiot. But in reality, Delirious was kind of fucking with him with his alt accounts, right? In a way that does violate Twitter's terms of service. So look, it's not that hard to get his account shut down, right? It really isn't. You have proof that this guy is using his account to harass another large Twitter account. It's not that hard to get it banned. Now, here's the other part of this. And this is where I think TJ got really tripped up by Ohmwrecker. Ohmwrecker then knowing he has Delirious' alt account or Delirious' main account being shut down, right? All he has to do is then just mass report a ton of different alt accounts at the same time, right? And you would instantly get your emails all around the same time showing, oh, look at this. His account got taken out and these alt accounts got taken out, and it's all related. I would really want to question him. This would be the second question that I would ask him, right? How many accounts did he flag, right? How many accounts did he flag when he was attempting to get Delirious and get the alt accounts he believed were linked to Delirious? How many of those alt accounts did he report, and how many of them got banned? Because I'm guessing what he did was cast a very wide net. I think he cast a very wide net. I think he had Delirious by the fucking balls, right? Because he knew Delirious was harassing him, right? And I think he just cast a very wide net, got a bunch of accounts reported, got them suspended, and then only needed to bring in a handful and say, look, it's clearly all Delirious. I would imagine he's got a ton of accounts that he got suspended that he's never notified anyone about. I really do feel like that's what he did.
Yeah, I'll put it past him.
Yeah, I would love to ask him.
Like,
actually,
in the background. I think you know about that too, right?
Well, I know about a lot of the shady shit he does in the background. So let me put it like this, guys. I would love to get his answer on that. I would really love to get his answer on it, because if I had his answer on it, I could go digging around to see if I could catch him in a lie.
Yeah, I want to bring this up though too. TJB still says that the Twitter email says that the Ray Harpy account belongs to H2O, even though TJB told Toy Bounty Hunters it didn't actually say that. That's on the chat, but that's something I had in mind. Thanks for reminding me.
Well, so let me be clear, right? If that is true, that means Twitter just violated their privacy policy.
He said, if I remember correctly, it was on my stream, right? One of the streams I did, TJ came on and he said, and I told him, how do you know that the account that had the ray gun and the baby next to it and were making those subliminal quote unquote threats towards that woman, how do you know that's Delirious, right? And he's like, believe he said, it's because I saw an email that said that the @ connects to the H2O Delirious account. Believe that's what he said, if I remember correctly. It was on my stream. I got to go back and find that. But a lot of people were like, well, that seems like wrong because, it's the opposite of what you told John. And yeah, I don't think I understand it too well either.
Well, okay. Let me be very clear. Ohmwrecker has only shown this to TJ. TJ told us it said one thing. Later, he says it said something else. It's possible he could be remembering it wrong. It's possible he could have seen something, that an email saying the Ray Harpy account was suspended, and another email saying that Delirious account was suspended, but then they were shown together, right? It could be something like that too. I don't know, right? I really don't know. And I don't want to get into a back and forth with TJ and whether or not he's being honest there, because I don't fucking know, right? What I do know though is that if Twitter put an email out with that information and Ohmwrecker has it, then there'd be a very good reason why he wouldn't want to show that to anybody, because it means that somebody within Twitter just absolutely violated their own privacy policy. And that's something that, Twitter can't disclose that type of private information to outside individuals. And although Ohmwrecker likes to tell everybody that, of course, other people would be informed, he was harassing someone. Ohmwrecker is not Sarah. Ohmwrecker is not Amy. Ohmwrecker is a different person. So Ohmwrecker would be a third party involved in all of that. Ohmwrecker doesn't have any of these emails. If he has something, I mean, he could just show it to us, right? Assuming I'm incorrect about this whole thing with assuming I'm incorrect with how Twitter's privacy policy works. The problem is we're like months removed from this shit, and he still refuses to show the email to anybody. And I believe if asked, he would refuse to show it to anybody else. I think that if John spoke to him, Ohmwrecker would refuse to show him the email. I think that if Sen speaks to him, he refused to send the email. He refused to show me the email. And I want to be very clear, right? This email, if it says what TJV says it says now, would 100%, right, prove Liz Katz is a fucking liar, right? It would completely fucking crucify her immediately. Everything she said in her video would immediately be called into question, right? It would bring more credibility to those girls' stories if he has that email, right? It would only benefit Sarah or Amy or whatever you want to fucking call her.
The women that Ohm said that he will die on the sword for, right?
If Ohmwrecker has that email, right? Even though, and I want to be very clear here, even though it might jeopardize his relationship with some insider at Twitter, right? It would, in every single way, shape, and form, benefit every single one of the accusers that went to Ohmwrecker. Not just this Sarah girl, right? Not just her, but every single one of these fucking girls, and also save his own reputation. And you're telling me Ohmwrecker has this email, right? This email that would be a fucking game ender. Because they've lied about this so much that even if he hadn't actually done anything to that Sarah girl, but then later threatened her for whatever fucking reason, I don't know. it would be just such a credibility fucking killer for that guy, right? And you're telling me this guy has it. This guy who says, I will fall backwards on the sword for the women. You're telling me he has this email, okay? And he just absolutely refuses to show it to anybody.
He's the champion of the women's. Fucking hell, bro.
I don't believe you.
Come on.
I don't believe you.
He's only been trustworthy.
Look, I'll be clear. I'll be very clear. That would 100% prove Delirious and Liz Cat, both of them were lying. It would 100% prove it. And I would actually be on Ohmwrecker's side because it would be 100% proof that they are liars, right? And and if they are liars, I see no reason not to call them out. You should call them out if they're liars, right? I actually support him on this one, son. Right? I really do. I sometimes a little bit, go off a little bit, but I really would support him on that one. But he refused.
It makes the most sense, yeah.
And Ohmwrecker can't fucking come around and say that I'm unwilling to take evidence seriously. When I went to him and he showed me that those girls that were canceling Louis were lying about him, right?
Yeah.
I told everybody, right? I didn't keep it to myself, right? I didn't let them go on and continue to lie about him, right? And at this time, I didn't like Ohmwrecker either. Well, but I wasn't going to fucking engage in that type of fucking behavior.
By the way, Crow, I got two things for you. You're going to love me for this. We got the timestamp of TJ saying whatever he did about the email. And then I have a link for you on Twitter's guideline for law enforcement. So let's play the video here's the video. It should be timestamped by now.
Oh, I love you, buddy.
No problem, dude. I got you.
Okay, Liz Katz is a fucking whore.
I know. I want to add one more thing.
Look at where your timestamp is.
I want to add one more thing to that crazy mod we have.
Look at this.
Yep.
Dude, the Schizo mod literally had one defense for Liz Cat too. He was like, in regards to her showing her pregnant belly in sexual positions.
Oh
right?
God, that
she was
defense.
like, well, some people have that fetish, That's irrelevant to me. I don't care if people do that or fap off to that. It's just I personally, it doesn't align with what I think you should do as a mother.
How's this? Some people, okay. I'm about to gross you guys out, so I really hope you guys have not like had anything to eat recently.
No.
Some people literally jerk off to the idea of a girl squatting down over their face and taking a shit in their mouth and consuming that shit as they are jerking off. Okay, some people are really into that. Okay, if Liz Katz
was scats.
Yeah, if it was Liz Cat Scat. Like
I hate that.
I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care who is into that. But if we have Liz Cat Scat out there, I think everybody would be mocking and belittling the ever-loving shit out of this woman.
Well, except for that Discord mod.
Except for my old Discord mod. Oh my god. All right, let's. God damn.
Should understand this shit. It should be Ms. Liz Katz. So for her to do that, well, I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions. I'll let Crow explain it later because obviously, I people are gonna be all cheeky towards me and John, but to Crow, it's like, oh, Crow, I'm sorry, Crow. You have that effect, Crow.
What's that supposed to be?
You have that effect. They're like, and this even happened with Steve. Like, we'll have the same takes, right? And like, they'll get mad at us, right? And you'll have the same take, and then you'll father them, and they'll like be like, oh, Crow, I love you. You're my dad. Like that. The moderator did that. The moderator was, like up until the point where you took away the admin shit, he didn't care that you had the same take, right? You had the same take. We all thought the same way. They didn't care, right?
Yeah, actually, it is true. He got really mad that you called Liz Katz a whore, and I was like, yeah, she's a fucking whore. She got big old fake titties and shit. And like, he didn't say shit to me. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's gonna get a reaction, but no. I was surprised. Like,
oh, by the way, wrong. The timestamp is actually 1 hour, 1 minute, and 51 seconds, apparently.
Oh, okay. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 51 seconds?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I'm like 11 seconds off of it. I think I'm okay. Although that does give me an opportunity while this is playing to light up.
Oh, nice.
Louis
this is the part where TJ admits that. Oh fuck. Yeah, the thing.
Okay. Is this the right part, then?
I think this is the thing. This is where John talks to TJ about the email, and TJ says no.
Okay, all right. Let's hope.
So let's hear it.
Did it say that in writing?
Here we go.
His account. Point of logic, not emotion. You said you saw the emails, right? So let me ask you this: on those emails, did it specifically say these accounts? Okay, these accounts are tied to the H2O Delirious main Twitter account. Did it say that in writing specifically? That?
No, that's right. There you go. That's what they're referring to. See, that's why I don't understand how later on though. I don't know if it was this stream. It was another one when TJ showed up. He was like, I was like, how are you so sure that account is, Delirious, or Delirious is to blame for this? He's like, because I saw the email and it said that of that account links to the H2O Delirious account. So that's where I guess the confusion is, because in this one he's telling John no, right? And John's being very specific about it. But in another live stream, it seems like he's telling me otherwise. So I don't know what he's trying to get at. I don't know if there's some confusion there.
Well, okay, so look, obviously John was contacted by Ohmwrecker, and I don't know the nature of their conversations. The only thing that John was willing to tell me was that Ohmwrecker was threatening to go after our channel legally, and that we were upsetting him a little bit because the threat seemed to escalate a little bit, and the nature of the conversations, I don't imagine were very very nice based on the way John was relaying the information. But literally, that's what I know from there. But I would have to imagine if John asked TJ that specifically about those emails, I am curious if him and Ohmwrecker had ever talked about that. And I'm wondering what Ohmwrecker's response was to it.
Okay, so it's funny because so I don't know if anybody was watching, like whoever was watching the live stream, if you can get the part, it's really hard because TJ talked a lot, but TJ was speaking for Ohm in a sense. He was like the mouthpiece for Ohm. So Ohm came in to TJ's DMs on the day that TJ came on my stream to re-talk about all this shit, right?
Yeah.
So he was essentially almost using TJ as a mouthpiece in a sense and was giving him things to say to me. Right, because Ohm didn't want to show up for whatever reason. I don't know.
No, he doesn't. So, like, if you have a conversation and Ohmwrecker has something that he wants said, what he'll do is he'll start DMing people behind the scenes and be like, "Tell him to correct that. Tell him to correct that. Why isn't he correcting that? He's so wrong. Tell him." And he will like do it nonstop. Right? It's like an annoying little fucking kid. And again, we're talking about a man who is at the age where he should be going in for regular prostate exams. and he's like behind the scenes, like the little fucking jackass kid in high school, right? Who's a total fucking loser, but then rope some asshole into being his friend and like has that motherfucker do everything for him. It's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. Anyways.
Yeah. I got the trust and safety
let me pull the
law
guidelines
enforcement
here.
bit. You can check that out.
Okay, so guidelines for law enforcement. So these guidelines are intended for law enforcement authorities seeking information about Twitter accounts. Information concerning requests to withhold content on Twitter is available. More general information available in our privacy policy, terms of service, and Twitter rules. So, I mean, this is everything. This isn't a very long. Okay, this isn't that long. So let's go through the main guide here. What is Twitter? I don't really give a shit. What is Periscope? I thought they got rid of Periscope. Account information request. What account information does Twitter have? No, let's go over here. Twitter account profile often contains a profile photo, yada yada. Offers strong privacy controls for everyone. Let me click on their privacy policy, actually. Does Twitter have access to user-generated photos or video? Blah, 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 blah. Data retention. There's not too much in here. Here we go. Requests for Twitter account information. Requests for user account information from law enforcement should be directed to Twitter Inc. in San Francisco, California, or Twitter International Company in Dublin, Ireland. Twitter responds to valid legal process issued in compliance with the applicable law. Prior information require a subpoena or court order. So this is okay. So we don't need to go through the privacy policy. Non-public information about Twitter users will not be released to law enforcement except in response to appropriate legal process such as subpoena, court order, other valid legal process, or in response to a valid emergency request as described below. Okay, so look, Twitter's got a statement. I mean, if anyone wants to argue this with me, right, we can literally read through their entire privacy policy. Let me be very fucking clear, right? They're directly stating we are not going to release private information even to law enforcement unless they come in with a fucking court order demanding it. So Ohmwrecker, right, and apparently TJ are telling us that even though this is how Twitter handles private information, that they gave it over to a random jackass on Twitter and they put it in an email, which they also then sent out. Like, I mean, look, I'm trying really hard to walk around the line of saying I think TJV is full of shit when he's contradicting something that he told John when he was directly asked about it. Right? But I mean, like, I really don't fucking believe. I really, really, really don't fucking believe Twitter put that fucking information into that email. I don't believe Ohmwrecker has it. I don't believe that's what TJV saw.
Yeah, I mean, maybe at first you could have been like, perhaps, right? But like we're at how many weeks has it been already? And like you said, it just doesn't make sense as to why you wouldn't go ahead and show it if all it can do is benefit you and your cause.
Well, not benefit him because remember, he's the martyr. Right. He's the man who will face down the armies so that all the women's can run away. And we can have
it could benefit the fake version of him, like what he tries to portray.
Yeah. No, it will benefit the women that he claims to be doing all of this for, right? It will benefit all of them because here's the problem. Amy has such fucked up credibility, right? And I mean, even more so than Ohmwrecker, right? That because when it looks like you are lying about your age and you're coming out with one of these fucking claims and you also look like a little fucking e-whore too, right? I'm being very clear here. I'm not describing her motivations. I'm just talking about optics, right? Nothing else, just optics. This all looks really fucking bad, right? And when you have another guy who also looks like he has massive credibility issues, and you get both these two together, and there's all these other people that are tied in with it because they're also making claims, it could only help out, right? Just as that girl and Ohmwrecker have dragged all of them down, they could easily bring them all back up if they have those emails. And if they have them, let me be very clear. If they have them, I know I rag on Ohmwrecker a ton for his bad behavior, but if they have them, I will share them with everybody. Like I will make sure everybody fucking knows because I like even if he didn't do anything sexually with that girl, even if she lied about her age, that's neither here nor there. If you're telling me that grown man threatened a child, right? Game over. Game over. That's enough for me, right? So show me the email.
Yeah. To be clear, I don't have a very high, like, what do you call it? Like, impression of Delirious anymore ever since he stooped to Ohm's level. So that won't be a problem for me. But I do want to go ahead and point out another thing. And this is from another Ohmtard. And I appreciate your contribution. They're saying this makes you wonder why Delirious doesn't take Ohm to court over all this. All right. If Delirious then Delirious would be under a microscope. If Delirious should look. Amy Hughes said that she made a police report, right? And it's been 6 fucking months, right? I think that if Delirious did anything criminal or anything terrible, right, I think he would have been under the microscope by now. I think some kind of action would have been taken by now. It's been a long time. What?
Well, I mean, sense. What that person just said, right? Like you were just saying, those girls have refused to go to the police, right? The police have the ability to really put the fucking screws to you, right? And really get information that people don't want to give. The cops can do it, and they have the resources to do it. It's actually what they are trained to fucking do, right? But none of those girls want to go to the cops, right? In fact, the only one claiming to go to the police, I am really certain that is not what they have actually done here, right? But I'm just saying, they don't want to go to the cops. The Louis Caliber girls adamantly refused the idea of going to the fucking police.
Because they don't have anything, dog.
Because they don't have anything! That person's own statement just proves what we've been fucking saying. And then as far as lawsuits for misinformation, let me be very clear. Ohmwrecker has said that we provide nothing but misinformation, that we lie about him all the time, yada yada this, yada yada that, yada yada whatever, and threatens to sue us, and has been making those threats for a little bit of time now, and hasn't actually done it. And he hasn't sued Delirious, who he also says lies about him, and he hasn't sued anybody else that he claims lies about him. So, based on what the fucking Ohmtard said, fucking Ohmwrecker is full of shit, and nobody's ever lied about him because he's too much of a pussy to sue. And the girls are full of shit because they refuse to go to the police, who could only put these people under the most intense of microscopes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. His community, I'm being clear, Ohmwrecker has cultivated a community of people that lack all ability to think critically. It's nuts.
Yep.
But the thing with fucking hell, it's so funny because like even if you go back,
Common Writer, dude, what's up, man? I always see Common Writer.
Is that
He's one of John's viewers. Like he's always with John's streams.
Is it Stan Dolan? John said it once. That's why I'm thinking. He said it on stream one time.
Look. I will not confirm or deny the existence of Stan Dolan's YouTube account.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Unless the YouTube account reads, "I am Stan Dolan," it's not Stan Dolan, son.
Okay.
God damn.
No, but like, let me go back real quick. And here, I'll take a little jab at Liz Cat or criticize really quick.
Yes.
Be like, Liz Cat didn't need to make the videos for defending Delirious very, very simply because it got diffused. All the allegations got diffused from Delirious, and nobody was ever going to bring them up again. It wasn't going to be relevant again. Because do you remember Malika? Do you remember Malika Plays?
Okay, this is bullshit. What do you mean?
John,
what do you mean?
John, you want to play Halo today?
Hey, he said we're gonna play it tonight.
Guys.
Wait, hold on. Because I got Bretsky and I have Sen in here. All right, guys, this is a 1 or a 2. All right. This is the question, right? You've invited your friends to play an objective-based game, right? But you refuse to hop on to the voice chat with said friends and instead tell them to look at your fucking kill count. 1, are you an asshole? Or 2, are you a piece of shit? Which one or 2? Totally unrelated to us playing Halo tonight, son, by the way.
Well, look, here's the thing. We won, a couple of those games. We only lost one game.
Are you serious, Sen? We lost a lot of them.
No, we lost one game. All I saw,
we lost more than one game, dude.
I saw that I had 31 kills, and I thought I was doing pretty good.
Oh my fucking god, dude! Okay. So, like, what's that one game? King of the Hill or whatever? No, the game where you had to like capture the different points.
Domination. Well, it's called Stronghold, I think.
Oh yeah,
but it's basically Domination from Call of Duty.
Yeah. Okay, so Domination, right? I'm watching Sen chase people down and just leaving the objective untouched.
He had a chance to get the objective too, and he just completely ran away from it.
And it wasn't like one time. I kept watching this motherfucker fight off the objective and chase people down. And I'm like, ballsy.
Hey, it was strategy, all right?
What
My strategy is kill as many people as possible. Therefore, you guys can go get the fucking points. Especially
but we lost because you didn't.
Up.
Oh my gosh!
Did you notice that Steve actually got second place?
Yes,
and
he
started not caring, but he started being like competent in the game, which is like he went from last place to second, which I was like, yeah, let's go, Steve.
Bro, no joke. In the last game, me and Retsky were just like sitting in chat, trashing you, and going like, "What the fuck is this idiot doing now?" We're like, yeah, and it's just like, oh, look at his kill count. Because every fucking time, like, all we can do is look at your kill count to figure out what you're doing. Like, you would not do the fucking objectives. It's so frustrating.
Well, then tell Retsky to do the objectives.
Bro, we were
trying.
No, hold on. I went to the point to capture it, right? Okay? 2 people are there. I kill one. The second one kills me. You chase down the second guy and leave the objective untouched. Why?
To get revenge for you, Crow.
Fuck you!
It's all about that revenge kill.
Oh my god, dude. Like, at a certain point, I was just sitting there like, why won't you get into the voice chat? Like, what is going on with you and Steve? I'm like, him and Steve must be in voice chat together. And me and Redsky are in a voice chat together. And we both must be wondering what the other assholes are doing.
So you have the competent assholes in one, and you've got the ones who don't know what they're doing in the other.
Basically. Oh, man. And then what I realized, like halfway through those matches, is just use the fucking pistol. just use the handgun. The handgun is way better than the fucking what's
Assault.
that? I hate that fucking weapon.
The assault? You don't like the assault?
No, it's
I
terrible.
use both. I've only recently started using the other weapons just to like have fun. But generally, I just use assault and pistol all the time, and that works fine for me.
I think pistol works great. I mean, like, it's pretty easy to just run up to someone with a pistol and just bash them to death.
No, you only need to. Well, the melee's just fucking. They do the same damage. They don't really.
It's insta kill if you go from behind.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what
go
I mean.
from behind, it's insta kill. But I just use the pistol for headshots, and that does really nice.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's better than the assault. But like, I like the what is it? The AR, the one with the little scope. Like that one.
Battle rifle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the battle rifle.
John says that's not. Well, like I kind of agree with him. It's not like the other Halo. The battle.
No,
battle,
you know what?
battle
It
rifle
isn't.
nerf.
But like the range on it's great. It does really good fucking damage up close and mid range. Like it's just like I don't know, man. Like I can't remember. We were playing like the big team objective in one game, and I just like sat up on top of a fucking hill and was just sniping people with the fucking battle rifle. It was pretty great.
Yeah, I still like it, but it used to be more powerful in other Halos.
Yeah. Can we get back to the drama? Okay, fine. Fuck you. We're having a fun conversation about Halo.
We'll need an after hours about Halo stuff.
Apparently.
Yeah,
GG Evan, thank you for the super chat. Ohmwrecker, defender of women, flagger of falsehoods, and keeper of the files on top of files cabinet.
Yep.
Tyrantar JND, thank you for the super chat. I played earlier, and there's a lot of people who don't care about objectives and just kill. Yeah, it's basically send. He was
Well,
in
here's
match
the
just
thing
like
about
10
getting
seconds.
kills.
Here's
Getting
the thing.
kills increases your overall leaderboard score versus
In
the
regards to
objective.
that, if I was bad at killing people, I would
Oh
be
my
playing
God.
the objective more.
Send, for fuck's sake. I just want to win the game so I
Is
can
that
level
not
up my
fair?
fucking character.
Is that not fair?
I mean, like, if the game is Slayer, it makes total sense.
Yeah, and
If the game is literally anything else, play the fucking objective.
we slay in Slayer.
Dude, I slay.
Dude, we slay in Slayer.
Wait, 224 Vic, you want to play with us?
Yo.
Like, we don't need we don't need to replace people. We'll just play a larger match.
Yeah,
Just,
no, we can just do that.
Big team.
yeah, look, hey, just after the stream, we'll probably all play.
I could
some
play.
matches
I could
together.
play with John and Steve. They're like more equal to me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude! Look, Steve was not that much better than me. I was topping down the first two games. And the
Yeah,
second
you
one,
and Steve were like surprisingly. You and Steve were like matched. I think.
Okay, so like the first games that we played together, I was using the assault rifle the entire time, and it sucks. And then when I switched to using the handgun, I started actually getting kills. And then when I started realizing I could just search for the map for better guns, then I really started killing
Halo.
people.
What do you mean? You didn't know that?
Well, it's been a long time. The last
Oh,
Halo game I
Jesus.
played was Halo 2.
Oh, you didn't play? Did you play Master Chief or no?
Nope. It's been a long time, man. Like, it's been a long time. And I hardly play any of the other games. Like Call of Duty, I hardly ever play Call of Duty. Like,
Okay, so you're basically saying you don't play shooters, and that's why.
I mean, like,
I mean, I
literally,
don't.
it's been a long time since I played shooters. Like, playing the game last night was actually a ton of fun because I was getting back into the groove of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they made the handgun OP first. The handgun's just, like, so much fucking better. It's just so much better than that fucking... All right.
Assault was OP at the beginning, which is why I think they patched it to reduce damage. I think.
Yeah, but
because there was an update very early on.
Some of the guns in that game are just weird. I picked up this one like revolver. Like, I don't know what the hell it was called, but
I don't know. Maybe it starts with an S. I think. I don't know. I don't know the guns that well. My friends do.
Look. I pick it up and I shoot this guy 10 times, and he doesn't die. And I'm going, I got like I know I got at least one headshot in there, and I'm like, how little damage does this?
I think it's called
do?
the Mangler. I think it's called the Mangler.
Bro, it sucked. There were some guns in that game where I'm like, this weapon is garbage, right? The damage in it is just, it does absolutely fucking nothing. And it looks cool as shit, So I was running around the map feeling like a badass until I ran into the first guy. And I'm like, this guy sucks. He can barely hit me. He's got the fucking handgun out. I got this fucking revolver. The revolver's not doing shit, and he's barely hitting me with the handgun. It was weird. It was very weird. And I was literally in the fucking comms with Redsky, and I'm like, Redsky, I've shot this guy 10 times, and he won't fucking die.
Yeah, some of those guns just suck.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Like, maybe that's part of the inconsistency, because that's another. My friends don't like two things. They don't like the lag, and they don't like the inconsistency with the game. So maybe that's what they're talking about in regards to that. But I agree with what you said. Like, some of the guns are weird. They don't kill as fast as you would think they would or should.
Yeah, I think it's just like I'm still practicing with the different weapons, just trying to figure out which ones are good. I mean, there's some, like there's that plasma rifle or whatever, that thing that shoots at that laser beam. That
thing, like the flamethrower, you mean?
No, it's a plasma cannon. Literally, you hit people and it disintegrates their body.
Oh,
yeah, dude, that shit was fucking great.
Wait, the plasma pistol?
No.
Because the plasma pistol sucks.
I don't know if it's like a laser rifle, but dude, it was so much fun. Sen had it last night too, but like you hit people and you literally watch their bodies just disintegrate.
Nice.
Oh, is that the power? That stupid power fucking rocket shit that I kept getting?
No, not that one. But like, maybe it wasn't a rocket. It was literally, it fires out a laser beam that you have to focus on.
Oh, it was like a trace rifle from Destiny.
Yeah, right? Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that was cool. I liked the melting of the people.
The first person I killed, right? I just watched his entire like right side evaporate. I was like, this is my new favorite gun in any game ever. Okay, all right.
Wholesome crow.
Well, in terms of the Ohmwrecker stuff, I mean, that's pretty much most of the stuff I want to talk about tonight. Look, I'll be clear when it comes to Ohmwrecker. I don't know who did the flag, right? I want to be as gentle as I can with this, right? But in terms of who it benefits, it really only benefits one group of people. Now, if I have to speculate on who it is without any jokes, conspiracy theories, the Ryan White guy or whatever, right? In reality, it's three people, right? It's Ohmwrecker, right? It's Amy, because the two videos that were struck actually specifically related to Amy as well, right? The first one was about Amy's interview from months ago. The second one was the stream about Amy's video. So there's that. No. 3, it is an individual in Ohmwrecker's community, and based on the video specifically, based on the rhetoric from Ohmwrecker, based on the things that he's been saying in his Discord server, I believe it is someone that Ohmwrecker has spoken with before, and more than likely Ohmwrecker knows that they are false flagging videos. So those would be the 3 most likely people to have committed those false flags and to have been going after Sen.
Mostly, yeah. I mean, I can't think of anybody else right now off the top of my head.
Well, because your videos got age restricted, my videos on Ohmwrecker are getting age restricted too, right? So again, if I'm looking at that, right? If I'm looking at that, and they're only over the Ohmwrecker content, the videos that you did, they weren't all related to the Amy girl either. So it's specifically Ohmwrecker that's triggering it. For both of us, if it's just me, it was Ohmwrecker and Amy, right? If it's the similarities between both of us, it's just Ohmwrecker, right? So if I have to speculate, right, again, out of those 3 groups I said it's most likely, Amy becomes less likely than the other 2, which is Ohmwrecker or someone in Ohmwrecker's community that he has communicated with and more than likely knows is engaging in these false flags. So I don't know. I don't. I can only speculate. And I don't think it's unfair for me to speculate because, again, a lot of the stuff that we've talked about, in terms of the fucking these alt accounts, in terms of these girls' stories, in terms of their lack of evidence, all that we've been able to do is speculate, right? All Ohmwrecker has been able to do is speculate and tell us to speculate, but only in a way that he feels is appropriate. This entire thing has been really fucking stupid. It really has been. And I can only speculate like most people can only speculate. We really can. In terms of who the false flags benefit, it's Ohmwrecker's community. Who the age restrictions benefit, Ohmwrecker's community. Who has been talking shit about me and about Sen, Ohmwrecker and his community. Look, I mean, it could be some insane H2O delirious detractor that found our channels and for some reason is only hitting videos talking about Ohmwrecker and Delirious. Maybe. I don't think so. I that seems really this doesn't seem very likely compared to the other.
It's just coincidental. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
because even when I posted my premiere for what was it, TJB versus Louis, where Louis just shat all over the Google Doc, immediately some of Ohm's followers were like damage controlling on Twitter, and it was pretty funny. They were freaking out. It was almost like, oh no, we got to try to make Louis Caliber look as bad as possible because he just shat all over fucking Ohmwrecker and the Google Doc and whatever else. We can't let him we can't have him looking good. Got to make him look bad. So that's another reason why I wouldn't put it past them. I already know they're tracking shit, right? So can't really put it past. No. Oh shit, Crow went mute.
Sorry, no, my wife came in the room, so this... I didn't hear what you said, son. I'm sorry, man.
No, don't worry. It was just the TLDR is the Ohm fans. You know, they saw the premiere of Louis just shitting all over Ohm and the Google Doc. You know, of the 3 trustworthy women that Ohm was trying to platform and like show support for. And then all of a sudden, mysteriously, the Ohm fans on Twitter damage controlling and were like, oh, almost thinking in their head, oh, we got to make Louis look as bad as possible. We can't have him looking good, right?
You know, guys, I real quick, I want to thank everybody who stayed here. When I said there was really nothing more to go over on the Ohm stuff, there is more stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
I do want to see who's here for what.
Good call.
No, not really. We lose viewers. See, the good call really would have been to start with the Waukesha stuff, then go into the technicals versus Diorio shit, and then the Ohmwrecker stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that's what a lot of streamers who do news topics do now, is they save the topic in the title for last.
Oh yeah, look, it's just I figure we're gonna be on stream for a little while tonight. So.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make them sit for
the night
4
before
hours.
Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Eve.
Before Thanksgiving, yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Besides, I want to play Halo with you guys, so we're probably gonna be finishing up,
capping off. Yeah, because John said he doesn't have much
in
time
an
either.
hour.
Yeah,
in an hour. Not
right so you're gonna keep going for another fucking hour?
Yeah. Well, look, I guess we can move on.
Oh.
I guess we can move on. Okay. We can skip over the Waukesha stuff because most of the stuff we just already talked about. The only thing I want to say is I might do a video and not upload it tomorrow, but upload the day after tomorrow because Thanksgiving. And just talking about it, because when I did the first video, like I got some comments on it going like, oh, you're such an idiot. Haven't you heard the news? I'm like, yes, I've heard the news. That has just come out.
What are you gonna do?
I just saw the stuff happen with Rittenhouse, right? I just saw a bunch of people making themselves out to be completely fucking stupid, right? Because they put out misinformation, or they ran with shit that was completely unconfirmed, or they completely jumped the gun, right? And then because they did that, they refused to acknowledge when they were wrong because they didn't want to look stupid, right? I'm not going to put myself into that fucking trap, right? Everything that came out at the time when I uploaded my video confirms a lot of my fucking biases, so I handle it with a lot more care than I would another story, right? Because if something confirms all of my biases, I really want to be certain about it before I make myself out to be a complete fucking idiot. Because one thing I will say, between people on the left and people on the right in terms of standards, right? The standards for someone on the left when they post something is very fucking low. And I mean, it's absurdly fucking low. Because even when it comes out later that they just completely fucking lied, the individuals who supported that lie will turn around and try to defend that lie so that they don't look stupid for supporting it, right? It's really dumb. Like, it's incredibly fucking dumb, right? Whereas people on the right, if they post something and it turns out to be wrong, their accounts tend to get suspended. like, the consequences are a little different, you know? So when I'm uploading a YouTube video talking about the Waukesha massacre, and I know that if I say things that are incorrect in that video, absolutely 100% will be used against me far more than if I was promoting outright misinformation, but in support of whatever narrative that particular group of people want to put out there. I don't know, though. I don't know, though. The Waukesha thing seems like an outright massacre, though. It really does. It seems like the guy was politically motivated, based on his actions, right? Based on the fact that he doesn't.
And his social media activity.
Well, his social media activity, his statements, his talks about running people over in the past, the fact that he pulled up to the parade going at a very low speed, and when a cop tried to stop him from driving closer to the parade, he gunned it, and is just like, if you watch the video, and I'm not playing it on the channel for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But if you watch the video, this guy is like targeting people. Like he is swerving into people to make sure he hits them. And in terms of like this idea of him running from the cops, there are many opportunities he has to pull away from the parade. And instead, he is literally swerving his car to ensure he hits people. Or at least that's what it looks like in the video, right? Again, even though I was told, right? I was told, be very fucking careful, because it's, man, I'm glad for the people that jumped the gun in this case that they're right. I really am. Good for you. But I am never going to fucking do this shit with people where I run with a story based on information that has not been confirmed when there's conflicting reports. And if you ever think it's okay to do that, then you're a fucking idiot. Absolutely. And you're no better than the people that did that shit to fucking Rittenhouse. Maybe you feel better because you turned out to be right and they turned out to be wrong. Fine, but like, you both jumped the fucking gun.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. What's this shit? Technicals and Diorio. This
yeah. Didn't you want to watch the video too?
I did, but John doesn't have that much time, so
yeah.
I guess we can save it for another time.
Yeah.
Friday we got a stream.
Oh yeah, that's Friday. Right.
Oh gosh, we can save all this for Friday. Oh, that'd be great. But let's just share some of these DMs in the meantime, because why not? And by DMs, I mean there's one DM that was posted by
it was
Diorio.
Just like 2 messages.
Yeah, no, it's he totally got him though, totally completely. I think if we're being honest, Diorio has been completely thoroughly destroyed by technicals. All hail technicals. So Technicals thinks that Zero isn't actively a danger to children. The evidence that Zero solicited nudes from a minor apparently can't be proven / found, and we can't take his. Okay, so look, I'm going to criticize Diorio on this shit right here. Saying the evidence can't be proven / found in quotation marks. Why even put that in quotation marks? That's a true statement. Like, it's not even apparently. It literally doesn't exist. I thought it did. I literally thought it did. And then I went back and I looked and it doesn't exist. So like, why did you put that in quotations? Like, I don't like nitpicking on statements like this, right? But even over here, you go, we can't take his confession as proof because he was, quote unquote, in distress. I mean, look, man, you literally can't. Somebody told me that in his debate with Technicals tells him, you're jumping the gun. If you shut up, you just play the video to the end, it will answer your fucking question, right?
Yeah, because apparently Diorio didn't even watch the full video, and he was criticizing Technicals on a video he didn't even completely watch.
Yeah, okay, so like, if that's the case, right? Look, I can understand. How do I say this? When I was watching the Onision documentary that Discovery Plus put out, right? I remember I was like live tweeting as I was watching it. And look, I didn't go in with expectations to begin with. So I didn't have much respect at all, right? And if Diorio was like watching Technical's video and he was tweeting shit out as he was watching it, I don't think I'd really care, right? Mm-hmm. But if he's just out there talking shit about his video and he hasn't watched it in full, well, then he's a piece of shit. Like, why would you fucking do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. We're like... And regardless, I guess again, we're just focusing on a few DMs or a few messages that have been archived.
Yeah.
I just, in terms of this part here, the first part that he puts into quotations, I don't understand what's with the quotations because that's literally what is the case here. It isn't apparently, it isn't quote unquote can't be proved. Literally, it just doesn't exist. It literally doesn't exist. There aren't any messages of it out there, all right? Or at least I can't find any. I went back to see the stuff that people had shared. It's not in those ones. Maybe it does exist, but I can't find it. I'll put it like that. I can't find it. I could be wrong. I literally cannot find it. And I don't think it exists either. And as far as like saying like we can't take his confessions proof because he was in distress, I mean, you're talking about statements made by somebody before they are going to kill themselves. I mean, it's really questionable for you to take anything that they are saying as if it should not be treated. I mean, like, look, I said it already. If I injected somebody with a ton of heroin, I could get them to say a bunch of shit because I've really fucked their head up, right? Obviously, chemical substance and everything. Now, imagine the mental state you have to be in to think it'd just be so much better if I put a knife in my throat. I mean, I'm not saying that it's the same sort of damage that a chemical substance does to your brain, right? But obviously, it has an impact on that person. And I think it's irresponsible to take what they are saying, like to literally take what they are saying and treat it as if it isn't like a statement being made by somebody that is in complete stress and going through an emotional break. Like, it just seems really fucking stupid to put this shit into quotations like it's a ridiculous statement. Because look, when I say stuff like that and I put quotations on it, I'm doing it to basically mock the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so fucking stupid. I'm going to put into quotations. Oh, like he was really in distress. Sure, he was trying to, like it's. I don't know if that's why Diorio does it, but generally speaking, I do it when I'm meaning to mock what the person's saying, and I just don't see that here because that's literally what we're talking about. The evidence doesn't exist, and his confession to the claim was made prior to him trying to, seppuku. It doesn't seem that fucking hard to understand. If it ever happens, which it won't, I can be the first person you cancel. Shake on it. Maybe then you'll shut the fuck up if I give you some drama. No. That went right for the fucking jugular on him.
Yeah.
Tech LMAO, if it ever happens again, your channel is going to be a crater. That's not really my point. The Smash community is finally cleansing their image of being weird degenerates after last year's Me Too, and then you dig up someone you admit was a fucking danger to children, LOL. So let's see here. That's another face value takeaway, though. The evidence of what happens is enough to keep him banned, but that doesn't mean at all that he is a current threat to children. As long as we acknowledge that he was a threat back then. I think you're assuming anyone disagrees with you on that. We all agree.
Okay.
Diorio, I mean, this is true. You're so obtuse, and don't get me started on your weight. I'm not arguing psychology with someone who openly declares they don't give a shit about it. Go cry about Ethan Kleiners. Look, man, I'm.
It's getting heated.
Yeah, man. I do like Diorio. I do. I used to really not like some of the shit, but I like Diorio. I've been able to talk to him and understand kind of how he thinks, but also I think Technical is completely fucking correct here. I'm trying to. I want to try to let you guys know my biases just right off the bat, right? I think I've had one small interaction with Technicals, and it was literally me just being like, hey, we're going to be going over your content if you want to come on our channel. And I think he said he was busy with something. And that's my only conversation with Technicals. With Diorio, it's a little bit more of a colorful back and forth. But for the most part, I like the content. I don't have an issue with the guy as a person, but I think Technicals is completely fucking correct on this one. I think Diorio really put his fucking foot all the way down his throat with a lot of the shit that he was saying.
Yeah.
We'll probably watch the debate tomorrow. Now, this thing here is where I think Diorio, whether or not the DM is all that bad, right? You don't show DMs, right? You don't show someone's DMs. You don't do that. You don't do that, period. And Diorio,
I want to know why he felt like it was justified, though.
I mean,
because obviously when people leak DMs, they have some sort of justification for it. So I just wonder what his was.
Look, leaking these DMs, you're not proving that Technicals is a liar, right? You're not proving that Technicals has done something bad, right? I'm not entirely sure what this necessarily proves at all, but it does show Diorio is willing to leak DMs. That's all this really adds to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Is my point, right? All this adds is that Diorio is willing to leak DMs, and I know that's not what he was trying to get across here, but he's been doing commentary for a decent amount of time, right? And he's seen this shit happen plenty of times. You don't leak DMs. You don't do that. And there are times when even if it's a bad thing to do, let's be honest, you kind of have to leak the DMs to prove someone's lying or that they've done something bad, right?
Yeah.
This clearly isn't that case. Right? And as far as this goes, right? I'll keep making videos in H3 and you keep explaining 15 different ways how Zero's childhood trauma explains why he solicited news from a 14-year-old. Now, this is the thing that Zero most likely means I apologized without knowing the available evidence, but after reviewing, I realized there's more nuance. You cannot, and I'm being very clear, right? Let's say, because I know we're just talking about opinions and everything, but let's be real. Let's say Zero was actually in a court of law over this, right? For soliciting nudes from a 14-year-old, okay? And they have no evidence that it ever happened, right? They have a confession, and as soon as it's in front of the judge, they're like, yeah, he was about to put a fucking knife in his throat because he was just so done with the world. And then he also made this statement before attempting to do anything. Let's say it's not messaging a 14-year-old. Let's say let's say he I don't know. Let's say he raped somebody, right? Let's just give like an actual fucking crime, and you don't have any proof that he raped them. What you do have is a confession that he made before he, tried to jump off a bridge and kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
You would never be able to use, like, I'm pretty sure, just to be clear, different states and everything, different jurisdictions, different law, it's local. But realistically speaking, I cannot think of any type of court of law where that statement made right before somebody is, right before they're planning to say bye forever. I cannot think of any time where that statement would ever be used against them in a court of law, right? Because it would be way too prejudicial, and it's being made in a moment of severe emotional stress and trauma, right? Because you can all laugh at Zero and everything, but if the guy at the time he was making these statements was suicidal, right? It is a factor. His head was so fucked, he was willing to like off himself forever because that felt better than waking up, right? If someone's head's fucked like that, it is a factor in the things that they're saying. And I'm not willing to dismiss it either, right? I think people need to keep their eyes on Zero, 100%. But if that is all you have, if that is literally all you have, it is definitely not enough to be pulling this type of shit. I don't think Technicals is wrong. I had issues with it when I first saw it. When I first saw it in his video, I remember I stopped my stream, right? I do.
The one thing I do have an issue with is the hashtag welcome back Zero.
I get it. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would do that either.
That's the one big thing that I have an issue with.
Yeah, confession under severe distress. I can't imagine a world in which you'd be able to get a statement made by somebody before they, say bye forever, and get to use that against them in like a court, because like legally, I just think that would be way too prejudicial, and it's being made at a time where someone's going through severe emotional stress and trauma to the point where they are going to off themselves, right? I don't think that would be appropriate. So I don't think it's appropriate to try to use it as a reason to keep somebody banned and prevent them from being able to make content, which is their livelihood, right? I guess that's where I stand on it. Unless you can prove that he actually did do it, right? I understand. You probably can't. But unless you can, you got to drop it. You have to drop it. You have to be an adult to drop it. The guy gets to go on and live his life because you cannot prove it. You can't prove it. You can't.
You just got to wait and see what else happens.
I mean, like, you do. You do. Okay? You really fucking do. If the guy does it again, then you can put a stop to it. If you see the guy is being weird in his community, then you can notify people, right? Keep an eye on him. But you literally do not get to prevent him from making content or doing whatever because you're terrified that potentially he could be this thing. And that's where I stand on as far as like what's been presented to me as far as all the evidence goes. Now, in terms of who he was back then, if he did it or if he didn't do it, I don't know. If he did do it though, I already said what my piece on it. I wouldn't done.
Yeah.
But I do think that, Technicals is correct here. And also I think this is just you don't leak DMs ever. That's just a dumb thing to do.
Yeah, again, unless you're doing it to prove like a desperate point or whatever, but there is no point being made here.
All right. You have zero concrete arguments, and I'm honestly not surprised that even though it's not necessary, you post private conversations to. I don't even know if that's why I posted the private conversation. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I don't think that's why I posted the private conversation. But that's the way I would fucking see it. If I was just some random asshole and I saw someone leaking DMs, I'd sit there going like, "Wow, this asshole leaks DMs. What a piece of shit." Like I don't know what this is supposed to prove. I really don't. I don't. Whatever.
I mean, yeah. When I read those DMs, I'm like, why are these even being leaked? Like I was kind of confused.
Okay, well, we're gonna wrap up, but there's one thing I'm gonna show you guys. Oh, tipster, you can't. I'm showing everybody this tweet. I know you deleted.
Oh no,
it,
what did
I
do?
know you deleted it, but I saw it before you deleted it. I miss the old tipster. Too bad the old tipster is gone. He ran out of fucks to give because no one can be trusted ever.
Oh no!
I thought this was the fake tipster though.
Wait, why is it deleted?
I don't know. It got deleted. Wait, is this the actual tipster though?
Oh, what's the tag?
This is the real tipster. This isn't the fake one. Banished Journo. The other one's Banished Journ or something.
There's Banished Journ and Banished Homo.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, okay. So, like, why did he delete it? This is hilarious. Oh, God, you sound like such a fucking edgelord. Come on, man. You're too fluffy for that. See? Come on. Too bad the old tipster's gone. He ran out of fucks to give because no one can be trusted ever. And that's when he started listening to emo rock and wearing eyeliner.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Trans tipster?
Oh, God. I'm not doing trans tipster.
No, that thing's egregious. I don't even know who is like behind all those accounts, but whoever they are, they need to seek help immediately.
Yeah, at first I thought it was Colton, but I was like, nah, whoever's running this is a little bit more clever than Colton is.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for the stream tonight. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Redsky, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve, Crow.
Yeah, even though you're going to eat a fucking bird, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, but
I prefer ham.
What, turkey's not good enough for you? You don't like birds now?
Birds don't taste good.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck this guy. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the Call and Order podcast. We'll go ahead and see you back here on Friday. Same great time, same great channel. Without that fucking crab over there talking shit about us beloved birds. Really do appreciate everything. I hope y'all get to spend a great time with your families. And if you are spending Thanksgiving by yourself, just remember, a lot of people do. It ain't just you. Try to have some fun though. Like, believe me, go to like a Chinese restaurant if you're spending Thanksgiving alone, because they're always open, and Chinese takeout is like, if you can't have turkey and gravy, Chinese takeout is literally the next best thing. And it's a very, 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 very close second. In fact, last Thanksgiving, I actually stopped somewhere and ordered Chinese takeout after eating Thanksgiving dinner because I was literally craving Mongolian beef that badly. All right, guys.